is, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
some
like the
there.
Western U.S. and Western Canada are just like
Oh yeah,
brothers.
like West Canada and West America are pretty similar, but
Yeah.
and all
Hmm.
the differences are pretty subtle for the most part.
Pretty, yeah, pretty minor. I mean, I can talk to somebody from Alberta for a while before I pick up on the fact that they're Canadian. Like it's usually how they say, like you say your O's. It's not every time, but every once in a while, it's a very Canadian O, and I'm like, ah, Canadian. I gotcha.
All right. Here we have in the top right hand side of the map the Protoss player that everyone's got eyes on right now. It's Stats.
We love him so much. In the bottom left, it is one-time GSL champion, Cure, master of the three racks.
Yeah, he really is. Like, I'd be surprised if we don't see like 2 or 3 raxes from him, at least.
That would be cool. I'm down.
Although
I
he's
mean,
already starting off with a double gas.
so not three racks. Bummer.
I mean, it can be, but it'll.
What? Where does all the gas go?
Well, like, yeah, I guess it can't quite. No, you're
No.
100% right.
Yeah, no, no, no. All right. So, two gas indicates, I don't know, probably like a Cyclone opening or maybe Marauders, but it'd be Proxy Marauder, I feel like, if it was Marauders. I don't know. So, Probe Scouting is stats. Working away
Yeah.
on that supply depot, zapping it. So there's a Reaper and throwing down an early factory. Man, sub 2 minutes. That is an excellent, excellent factory timing and just back far enough that the probe cannot see it. So it is a hard wall, which should set off warning bells on for stats here.
Oh, 100%. And this is one of those maps with that gold base at the back that can be attacked from behind. And
Yeah,
I just,
that's brutal. Why would stats do that?
I never even noticed this, pardon me, that there's a geyser
Yeah.
there, a rich geyser. I haven't seen enough games on this map to notice that till now.
Mm-hmm. On this side, it's easier, so you get a regular Vespene Geyser. The other side, it's tougher to hold, so it's a rich Vespene Geyser. Yeah.
Huh, that is
It's
something.
It is. Again, this is another weird map along with Post Youth for that reason. But Twilight coming in here from stats. Honestly, probably for Blink. And it's going to be Reactor Reaper. Going to try to harass the other side of this line, but there's a Stalker here. There's a shield battery coming in. So these guys should be okay for this. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see if there's going to be some grenade shenanigans potentially with these Reapers and Hellions. Potentially bouncing some of the probes.
I don't know. Cure just straight backs out. He's like, ooh, a Stalker and a shield battery? Wait for reinforcements.
Wouldn't mind on the way behind this for Kier.
Hey, Somicron's in chat. What's up, Somicron? We're just streaming some StarCraft 2 before this. All right, so going for it. Hellions trying to focus down these probes. Two of them do go down.
Yeah,
Nice Reaper grenade, and 3 probes die.
he can kill those pretty quickly with Reapers and Hellions, so 5 down in total.
And these guys might have seen... At least one of these Reapers is going to die. And I say that, and I lied. Everybody makes it out. Huh. So 6 probes die. The Reapers and the Hellions are just having a grand old time here. They don't want to engage with the Stalkers at all, but there you go, because they will die. Okay, we're just YOLOing in now. We're just here to die. They're not getting out of here.
It's a double-edged sword, this move. However, 10 probes is a lot of damage.
That counts the 6 from the other side, though, right?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. That's
Yeah.
not 10 more. That's just another 6 in addition, or 4 in addition to the 6 that died at the natural.
This is going to be concerning, though, because of the counterattack potential by stats. With those Reapers and Hellions dying, that gives stats a free pass to move out on the map with all of his units, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's charging across the map. This bunker is not even done yet by the time these Stalkers show up. Thankfully, Blink isn't done yet, so they can't completely punish this, but that's got to be repaired already, and we need a siege tank out for Cure ASAP. Widowmines
Blink
are
is done.
boosting into the main.
Great pull from stats. Beautiful awareness there. 2 probes die, acceptable losses. And Medevac is going to get out of there thanks to the boost. So yeah, we're going to blink over here. There is a siege tank up now.
Oh, he's got to be so careful with how he positions the tank, though.
Yeah, and so I don't think Stats wants to go over there. Not with the bunker SCVs and a tank. He's going to just be happy killing the SCVs that he killed. And he's going to back it out. So it is 35 to 33 workers. Cure is down on that worker count, but he's got mules. He's okay economically. Oh. Ooh, Liberator. Nice. Like crazy nice. Here's got some stalkers walking in his front door. Oh, denying stim, and a tank goes down.
Yeah, this is not good for the Terran player as Marines against Blink Stalkers. Fortunately, there is a counter harassment with that Liberator, so Stats doesn't micro that to full potential. He still gets stim, though, and that is huge.
Yeah, that's one of the most important upgrades in the game, full stop. For Stim to not be available here for, I mean, he's not even restarting it yet. He needs a new tech lab, and he's not doing that. Yeah, he's in trouble.
Yeah.
No Stim. Like, Bio is terrifying because of Stim. It's not, regular Bio, not that scary. Man, he's still not doing it. Cure, you know that happened, right? Liberator just racking up the kills here. Gonna die, but like 7 kills, not bad. 3 more probes go down. Worker count is even. Army value for Cure is up 31 to 19. And Widowmine, did not blink dodge. Lost a stalker
Yeah,
there.
he blinked the wrong stalker.
Oh, that hurts.
And
That really
Cure's
hurts.
harassment has added up this game. He's killed 20 probes in total by the 7-minute mark. And that has allowed him to actually have a bit of a supply lead here. Significant army supply lead, and Stats is going to have to catch back up in that worker count. Well, I mean, get more workers going.
Yeah. Robotics Bay warping in from Stats. Stim did get restarted along with Combat Shield and +1 here, so Cure did not forget about Stim forever, which would have been really disastrous. But as it is, it's not great.
Oh, look at this. 16
got
Marines that won't have stim.
I mean, it's moving. He might wait for that thing to finish before he goes for it.
Yeah,
Or
he
not.
does unload, and
He's not waiting. He's just going to go for it here. Stim will finish very shortly, but sometimes those seconds are everything. And man, 3 more. This has been a bloodbath for workers in the first 7 minutes.
yeah, and then he just can boost over the minerals, and Stats has to recall, so then he boosts back, and
Oh, gosh, is
there's
he
only 2
trapped?
stalkers. Yeah, bit of indecision by Kier, gonna cost him quite a few of those Marines. He does get out with both the Medivacs, it looks like. The rest of his army is coming on in, though, and this is gonna be scary.
Yeah, and Stim is done. The first Colossus of the game is in production, but not here yet. So this is going to be tough for Stats to deal with.
Oh my gosh.
And we're pulling the boys against
The
Stats.
boys.
Honestly, seems like the right choice. Stats is actually going to engage with the boys without the army, which is not great. There we go. Coming back, this whole group blinking out of there or dying, either one. There is a Colossus here, but one Colossus is not all that scary.
No, it is the start of a defense, though. No batteries are at this third base location, which makes me very concerned. Not having that critical defensive tool. The Colossus needs to get a lot of damage. Kira's just diving on top of the Zealots. Try and intercept that. They do for a moment, however, I'm not sure there's enough time. Stats actually got up a 4th Nexus during all of this. Super greedy, and Marines are on his 3rd.
This is all in from Cure. A lot of his SCVs are up here. They're fighting these probes. Disruptor connection, pretty good. About 4 Marines died there, but the natural base is going down. Siege tanks unprotected. They do get focused by the charge lots. Both tanks go down. There's a 3rd tank that does take down the Colossus. That's huge. It might get saved. It does get saved. GG. Cure.
Wow. What a push by Cure.
Wow. That was an action-packed 9-minute game. That was crazy. Back and forth. So many workers died. But at the end of the day, Cure I think, just kept his army alive better. Yes, he had Stim denied, but he got it back up and rolling. And there just wasn't enough splash damage to deal with the sheer number of Marines and siege tanks and SCVs that got pulled there. That was a great choice by Cure to pull the boys, bring them up, bring his tanks, bring his Marines, and it worked out. That was a beautiful game one from Cure.
Yeah, very decisive moment by him, but his early game harassment set him up well to go for a big push like that. And yeah, what a wild map on Dynasty. That was the full effect of the gold base there.
Definitely, both players using it. Wow.
Okay. We're loading into map number 2. It's going to be on Amphion in the bottom left. It's Liquid Cure.
It's another bottom left, top left weird map. And top left here, it's stats.
Boys.
All right. So yeah, this map pool just got a lot of entertaining stuff going on in some of these maps. I mean, Ghost River's another one that's top left versus top right. Like, there is an over-representation of maps that are just weird in some way in this pool, and I, for one, appreciate it.
Yeah, this is definitely a very bizarre season.
As someone who misses Golden Wall, I'm very happy. Golden Wall gave us so many incredible games while it was in the map pool. Like, I miss it all the time.
Some maps, like, I'm honestly bad with map names, but as soon as I see them, I'd be like, yeah. Usually.
Yeah, no. Well, just Golden Wall, yeah, was the top left, bottom left spawn with, like, the back door. I think it was minerals to get into the back door of your enemy's main base. Yeah. Incredible.
Okay, double gas from Cure once again. Realizing that early aggression was pretty strong. He's not going to have as easy of a time harassing this game as the natural is pretty
normal.
Pretty normal comparatively.
Yeah, not high risk, high reward. Just regular risk, regular reward. Ooh, look at this little guy.
Oh my gosh.
Pulling off, restarting. RNG, man.
RNG.
There's not a lot of RNG in StarCraft, but there is some. And Supply Depot finishes. Nice. That worked out for Cure.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be 2 Reapers, potentially, or just 2 Marines. 2 Reapers.
He says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It is the Reaper. Double Reaper factory coming up behind.
Stargate on the way for stats now. That's going to be pretty useful against a player that's opening with Reapers and Hellions.
Yeah, 100%. Void Ray would be pretty good here. Oracle would be pretty good here. A couple of Phoenix would be okay here. What are you doing, sir? Hiding a supply depot, sure. Guess just wants some early vision of Oracles that might swing into his base.
Okay,
so double Reaper up. And you can kind of fight in a depth with 2 Reaper a little bit.
Oh.
But,
yeah, really bruised it up. There's the pylon. Stats says no more of that.
Yeah, I don't like to see that at all, he says. And it's a Phoenix.
This timing is pretty crazy from Cure. If he went up that ramp, that Adept would potentially be killable. However, as soon as that second Adept or Phoenix is out, that window closes. I didn't even know that was a possible window. Double Cyclone.
I like it. Adding some Cyclones in the mix this time. Skipped them last time, but I figured it would be Cyclones. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, both Adepts, unless you lift to save it. Nope. As both Adepts go down, now Probes have to fight against Reapers and Hellions. Another lift. And kill, but 3, 4 Probes. Can we get
gonna
5?
Be more.
Can we make it 6? Can we make it 7?
Oh, what a disaster for stats. Having a rough start to this series.
Yeah, this is absolutely bonkers. The Cyclones are going to show up. It's going to be a bad time. 7 Probes down. One of the Reapers gets murdered. And then the other one gets lifted and killed. So all the aggression is gone. Our Cyclone's going to wait for the Phoenix to show up or maybe move out and try to get something done on the other side. We'll have to see. But yeah, I mean, stats even after losing all those probes is still up, 33 to 29. And warping in a third base behind mass Phoenix production. Look at this. Yeah, the Phoenix are like, Cyclones are mortal enemy. Phoenix aren't mechanical, are they? I know they're light,
so.
but
they are, yeah.
light mechanical? They are mechanical? That means Cyclones do bonus damage against them. That's crazy.
Do they?
But the Phoenix swinging, yeah, Cyclones do bonus to mechanical now.
Or is that just their ground attack?
Oh,
yeah, air and ground. The lock-on doesn't deal bonus damage to air units.
Yeah.
I guess the basic attack does. It's one of those things. The lock-on cooldown is so short, it makes the unit a little funky. We have Cure just rolling on in here. Probes get pulled. Phoenix start lifting as this is sad days for stats fans. As, oh my gosh, he is just dead.
Dude, probes are mechanical too. This is crazy.
Cure already has stim.
I mean, this is going to get cleaned up, but 17 SCV devs is disastrous. Look at that. Another probe death.
19.
This is slow Zealot's like, I got
so
this.
over.
Yeah.
Even Phoenix dying because they don't have energy.
Oh my gosh. Cure is just on fire here. He's doing weird stuff and getting away with it.
That was brutal. That was just a slaughter.
Man, show of hands. Who thought Cure would be up 2-0 in this first best of 5? Not me.
Not I. I thought I wouldn't have been counted against it, but I would have thought that it would have been at least closer, like the games. This is just a little rough so far for stats.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the first game, if Cure doesn't pull the boys, it goes on for a while. But
yeah, that's true.
But pulling the boys is such an easy and available option these days in TVP that that's not even weird. Somicron did. Somicron saw Cure going up 2-0. Well, yeah, I'm impressed, Somicron.
Yes, well done, Somicron. All right, now it's time for some of that stats magic to pull it back. Oh my gosh, looking at the Matcherino, we have a $20 contribution from Phoenix of War and a $50 contribution from Somicron.
Wow. Big donos. Thank you so much, both of you. That's incredible. Way to support StarCraft. You're the best.
Yeah, you guys are the best for doing that quite often, and the support is always appreciated.
All right, Alcyone for game number 3. Stats back is against the wall, bottom left is our red Terran player. It is Cure.
Cure. And in the top right, it's stats.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like Stats did the same thing in game 2 and got punished. He went for Phoenix, and the Cyclones and the Stim Marines just straight up countered that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little similar, though, losing quite a few probes in the early game. The only difference was that the game ended a lot earlier. He's got to run a bit of a tighter ship. Maybe go like Gateway Cyber Core or something.
I mean, something. I mean, faster splash damage, maybe?
Oh, the eBay block. Kira's just disrespecting the Protoss today.
He is. I mean, phew. You know, if you're up 2-0 against someone who's probably better than you, mind games are a good way to even up those odds.
Oh my god, no, that is just suicide by that SCV.
Yeah, he's so injured.
Like, oh, I'm gonna touch it, I'm gonna touch it. That's just like, don't you dare.
But I mean, this is 4 probes off the line, and then it gets canceled last second stats. He immediately toss it down the Nexus. I think that was worth it for Cure.
100%. Yeah, I think so. I don't know the actual math on it, but when you're going double gas, like here, well, he's actually just going single gas, but factory before expo, you don't really need all the minerals, so yeah.
Right.
Even denying the scout is great. Stats does not know that Kier has gone for the factory now.
I mean, probably assume the early factory based on the first couple games. Starport. Okay. Hellions and starports and factories. Probably wouldn't mind drop. Maybe a Hellion drop would be pretty cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe even tanks or something if he adds on a tech lab here.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a little different, the build this time, with a starport before the second racks. I believe in the past 2 games, Kier has gone for that second racks before the starport. At least in the previous game he did. And oh my gosh, the probes! Why? The Hellion's not even being microed until now, because the Adept was fighting the Marines, but now it's being microed and it gets a scout off.
Probes have to fight for their lives.
Oh my gosh, that is horrible for stats. We're gonna need some magic.
I mean, it is stats.
It is stats, that's for sure. Okay, this is nice.
Doesn't even get an SCV.
He sees the medivac.
And the Adept makes it out by the skin of her teeth. Like 2 HP on that thing. 28 to 31 workers. Stats is up. Mules are good. A bunker coming in from here. Worried about Blinkstalker attack, I guess? I mean, Blink's on the way.
Yeah, bunker is never a bad idea. Stats is just so messed up by losing those 4 probes to 1 Hellion. Like, his Nexus isn't going up yet. He doesn't have that many units. He's completely out of position for this drop.
Couple more probes die. Medevac makes it out of there. Work on some of these probes here in the main base now. Another probe goes down. Another probe goes down. Marines willing to die for 4 probe deaths here. 36 to 28 workers for Akira. This is horrendous.
Yeah, this is just
so bad.
Stats is not having a good day here.
And he's getting a 3rd Nexus. He's like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'll lock it off.
I'll get 3 Nexuses. I'll replace these probes lickety-split.
And then I'll die to the Terrans next push because I spent all my resources rebuilding my probes. Which is the concern here for Stats, so he is going to try and poke a little bit with these Stalkers. Stim is a ways away for the Terran, however there is a tank in the main base. Even a Marine on patrol to give that vision. Stalkers blink in, they're going to want to get out of there. One of them perishes to that tank fire.
Marine tank versus Stalker, not very friendly for the Stalkers in general here.
Yeah, and it's not like there's a prism and oh my gosh.
Auto turret harass, getting 2 more probe kills. Stats is firing up 3 probes at a time. He can make up this difference, and he's going to blink on top of the tank of the natural base and kill it. But losing a couple Stalkers in the process, the bunker working away, and now the Stalkers are trapped. I don't think recall is going to save them. No, blinking. Oh, I didn't know you could blink down there. That's amazing.
Oh my god.
More auto turret stuff. More auto turret stuff. 4 more probes die. Kira's been a probe killing machine today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, like this is just a slaughter. Stats is still in the game, but he is dead. Psystorm is what he's heading into. He's getting up 5 gateways. But I mean, it's what, 2 minutes to research Storm? I don't think he's going to have that long to live, as Kier's already moving out on the map. GG.
What just happened?
What
was that?
Cold-hearted butchery.
That was Cure just being like, I got a plan. We're executing the plan, and I'm getting out of here in 20 minutes.
Executing stats, more like. That
Yeah,
was just
executing stats and the plan.
that was just so monstrous by Cure. Stats is gonna have to run a bit of a tighter ship if he wants to make it out of his GSL group. Maybe he was having an off day. It happens. Anyway,
It certainly seemed like Cure was more prepared.
yeah, we do have our finalist for, well, our first finalist anyway, and that means we're going to get into our next match. It's going to be Creator taking on Solar in another best of 5. Yeah, we're just going to take a quick break after that one, get the vetoes done, track down Solar, and we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, everyone, we are back, and it is time for our second best of 5. For those of you that are just tuning in now, no, we are not starting late. We've already done the first best of 5.
Yeah. This is the second best of 5 after the first best of 5 took about 20 minutes. TVP is a shorter than usual matchup in Starcraft 2, but this one was shorter than that, so...
Yeah, I'm glad to say we could definitely have the opposite in this match with Creator, the potential for carriers,
Yeah.
turtling, that kind of thing.
And Crater did take down, was it Dark in GSL Season 1 this year? I think it was Dark. Dark's the one that had the kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dark. And, like, everyone's like, well, either... I don't know. Creator took him down, or Dark was distracted by something, and it's like, oh, kids, got it. All right, so Amphion, the Ladder Edition, bottom left. It's another Protoss. It's not stats, but it is Creator.
Yeah. And in the top left, it is Vitality Solar.
Solar did get his GSL. What did he win? He won a Premier.
I think it was a GSL
Won a
win.
GSL.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solar was known for a long time to be the guy that would make it to like the
Top 8.
quarterfinals. Yeah, like every time, and then just never really make it past that. But nope, he pulled off a GSL win. So it's just like kind of Sue breaking that curse and getting his win too.
Yeah. Yeah, Solar and Cure, kind of the late bloomers of the GSL.
Certainly, but both busted through in the last couple of years.
All right. And yeah, we've got a bit of probe harassment going on. This is the kind of thing you have to put up with if you want to be a pro gamer. Someone clicking on your mineral patches so you lose a tiny, tiny bit of resources.
Yeah, super fun. By that I mean not fun. Annoying. Alright, so 1 gate expand into Cybercore. Very, very safe against a Zerg player that went hatch first. That's why you scout. You see the pool timing, and you're like, okay, we're good. 1 gate expand is extremely safe. I am curious to see if we're going to get Sky Toss here from Creator.
I am wondering that myself, yeah. Like, if you're going to do it...
Maybe game 1's the place for it?
Well, yeah, and just this map, I think it's fairly defensive at first.
Yeah, you can get up there. I don't know. I kind of felt like the top Zerg players had Skytoss figured out. And I thought we kind of saw the death of it in this matchup, but
Yeah, I don't think Solar's one of those guys that can stomp it every time, though. That's the thing.
Well, the thing is, I thought Dark was one of those guys, and then Creator killed him with it.
That's true.
In the last GSL, or maybe it was Classic. I get Creator and Classic mixed up, to be honest. I'm trying to think of, like, specific ways that I can tell them apart, but basically they're both Protoss. They're both, like, second-tier Protoss. They're both very good, but neither of them are, like, you know, stats trap level. I don't know, maybe they're the same level of trap.
Well, yeah, I don't even know how much Trap's playing at the minute, but...
Yeah, right?
Classic
Protoss
definitely has
place.
been better than Creator. As far as right now, yeah, I'd say they're probably about the same. 2 Adepts shading on in, but obviously not gonna commit with that. And there's the Stargate opening. Oracle on the way.
And the question here, as always, is how many oracles will there be? 3 is very normal. Beyond that, you start getting into hero style. Oh, hero! Look at me forgetting about hero. How embarrassing. Hero's up there. Yeah, so like Creator and Classic, neither of them are at hero status.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say that's true.
Yeah. All right, man. Extra queens or first initial queens on the way. third Nexus at 4 minutes from Creator. Liking that.
I like it.
I mean, there's nothing to defend it except for an Oracle right now, but Oracle does a pretty good job.
Yeah, they're pretty darn good. And that's kind of what I was alluding to, is just that if Creator does decide to play more defensive or something like that, if you defend your third as a Protoss, you're kind of defending your natural too on this map. Unless the Zerg does something crazy like mine through 2 mineral walls to get to you.
Right. I just don't like this. It's so hard to get value out of Zerglings unless you bring a lot of them to this situation. Plus, a bunch of them are getting caught as they come across anyway. 10 more Lings are on the way, though. Man,
yeah.
He really wants that third. Throwing up a 4th base behind it, too.
Yeah, Solar's going for a massling style. He just finished up his Evo. Is he going to go for melee? There it is.
Wow. All right. So Lings jump on that third base room of Creators. But the Lings have to back out. Oracles swinging on into the main base of Solar. Getting a couple drones throwing a Revelation down. All right. So nobody really getting a ton of damage done here, but both going for it. Roach Warren gets fired up from Solar here too. So he's not just going to do Lings forever.
Oh.
Nobody does that.
The Adepts appreciated by Creator. Going to keep them alive. Really great play there.
So yeah, Lair coming in, gonna finish that +1 melee. So, I don't know, it feels kind of Roachling Bane to me here. Not great if there are Oracles out, but the Oracle count never really got above the couple, so I don't think that's a huge concern here. Yeah, Roachling Bane attacks against things like Adepts and Stalkers are really good.
Yeah,
yeah. They're gonna fire up Glial Reconstitution once that Lair finishes. Lair's done, and Overseer, yes. Spire, what? Okay. Fine, I guess Mutalisks then. Yeah, and then Glial Reconstitution. So Roach said he needs them, but I think he's planning on going Mutas here. What's up, Mitsuo? I know, for players like you and me, Masslings is a thing we can do, but Solar's not going to do that. He's better than us. Like, no elite Zerg player is going to do that. It's not viable. Alright, Ling's sharking around back here. Oracle might have caught a glimpse of that. The Lings do run into a big Stalker army where it's like 1 Stalker per Ling. Not good for them. Warp Prism coming in, charge, +2 attack, a Disruptor, a Colossus. I mean, Creator's just kind of getting a little bit of everything here.
Yeah.
Oracles prefer those rocks to stay. Oh,
that's really nice.
Yeah, Queen's covering these Lings as they knock down these rocks with their +1 attack. Yeah, this is going to be like 13, 15 mutas here when that Spire finishes. Does he have the supply? He does. Yep, 13 mutas. There we go. 13 mutas getting fired up. He was saving up gas for it. Has enough roaches and enough Lings to stay alive for the time being. Phoenix production has begun here from Creator. I don't know if you caught a whiff of that Spire or what, but he's going to need every Phoenix he can get here because this is going to be +1 mutas. Kind of stopped at 13. I don't see him making any more than that, but he might, depending on how these early ones do.
Yeah, Solar is committing to +1 flyer attack too.
Yeah, and here come the Mutalisks screeching their way across the map. Bunch of Stalkers inside the main base to keep the Mutas from doing much here. Yeah, the Overseer pops in and says, okay, ow, good snipe on one of the Mutas. Regen from that, say the Stalkers. He is firing up more Mutalisks, though. So yeah, more than the 13. He's continuing to make them with the available gas that he's got here. Ling, so Ling, Muta, little bit of Roach. I like the Archons and the Disruptors. Okay, Oracle dies. Always nice to take those things out. And trying to engage on top of these Stalkers with the Roaches and the Lings and the Mutas. Phoenix not getting microed. One of them gets obliterated, but good defensive positioning there from Creator. Solar has to fall back.
Yeah, Solar trying to hit a bit of a timing and trying to catch Creator with his army split. But a quick reaction to get into that choke point prevented those Stalkers from getting picked off, and Creator hasn't found, or Solar, pardon me, hasn't found the damage that he's looking for yet. He's gonna have to play it out a bit longer here. I love all the cannons and the battery from Creator.
Okay, Mutas again. They're going to burn down this Colossus real fast, but there's another one here, and the Stalkers are dealing with the air stuff, so 9 more Mutas getting fired up. Plus 1 Flyer Carapace is on the way from Solar. He's going crazy Muta here.
Yeah. He's already lost 12, though.
Yeah, I know. This is like rogue-style Mutas, where you lose 1 million, but you make 1 million. Yeah, just trying to depower warp gates.
Oh my gosh.
Is he fighting this? I don't know if I agree with that.
Thinking about it, 29 Mutas against 30 Stalkers?
Not good enough. These rocks have done something to the Zerg's family. All the rocks are going down.
Is Solar actually going to send drones to mine this out?
Maybe. What's in the top right there? Oh, a couple charge lots, no big deal. Drones going down. Eventually, enough Zerglings show up to deal with it. Yeah, more and more Mutalisks. +2 melee attack is coming in here. I don't know. More Archons are being added in. I mean, Stalker Colossus, pretty good against Ling Muta. Like, the answer here.
Yeah,
Phoenix wouldn't hurt, but we're not getting any of those.
Oh, he actually is mining it out. The Archons are the scary thing, though, because they just shred the Mutas and the Lings.
Right. Mass Archon would be pretty tough. Ooh, Contaminate on one of the warp gates just for the fun of it.
Oh, look at this.
The Lings are keeping the Stalkers from getting into the main base. No.
He wants to fight, and he's gonna go for it. Targets down the first Archon. There is no battery here at the natural, so Solar's just trading out. Creator has a huge chunk of his army out on the map.
Dude, he needs to bring that home or move him across the map.
Oh.
Okay, he's going for it.
Yeah,
21 Mutalisks in production.
Yeah, I think Solar may have overplayed his hand a little bit here, as he took a fight that wasn't good enough, and now he's being just attacked and probably killed.
The bad rally of these Mutas is hurting me. I mean, not that I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying it's not great. Yeah, army value 118 to 88. The Mutas are really good against these Colossus, but the Archons and the Stalkers are turning out pretty well.
Okay, this is good.
Bunch of Stalkers do get wiped out here. But this army on the other side is pretty much unopposed. I mean, that's a dead hatchery. 13 drones went down.
Yeah, and there's still nothing to deal with these Archons.
No, he just keeps making Mutalisks. Like, that's going to be enough somehow, and I do not see it. 15, 16. Man.
Checkmate.
Solar goes weird. It doesn't work out. Fair enough. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I don't know if I've seen that many Mutalisks made in a PvZ ever. That was so many Mutalisks. That was a ginormous amount of Mutas. And he had upgrades for him, but the upgrades take so long for Mutas. It's not like he had 3-3 or anything. Ooh. All right. So Creator's like, I'll just play normal, make a couple more Archons than I normally do, and win? Sure.
Yeah, and it was just like... Solar tried so hard to force that fight, so when it finally did happen, it wasn't that good of a fight for him.
Right.
Creator was able to defend, force the Mutas back, while having a big chunk of his army right by Solar's bases, so he just was able to counterattack and win the game. Like, Solar might have been better off if he had known to try and pounce on those Archons with all his Lings, with his Mutas. If that was only the smaller half of Creator's army, maybe he could have taken it out with a really good trade, but it's just almost doomed to fail that, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a reason we don't see the strategy in PvZ.
Yeah, maybe he'll do something different this game. In the top right, it's Solar.
And in the bottom left of Alcyone, it is Creator. Yeah, Creator's like, I didn't really have to do anything too weird in that game.
No.
That's nice.
He didn't even make that many Phoenix. He's like, alright, I'll just make a bunch of Stalkers and...
Archons and... go win? Profit? Yeah, I mean, it was Stalker, Colossus, there's a couple Disruptors in there, Archons, Charge Lots, like, nothing about it was strange from Creator at all. He just did what you do in PvZ, and it totally worked out.
Yeah, maybe, like, Solar needed more Roaches or something in there to have something that could stand against the Archons.
I guess, but there were enough Charge Lots and Disruptors, and the Colossus trade pretty well, too.
Yeah, it's true, but, like, it would have been better than Lings, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean... like, Roach Ravager, a maxed out Roach Ravager army would have traded pretty well there. But yeah, he just used all of his gas on Mutas, and it was like, okay.
Okay, Probe being a pain, Drone having enough of that. Now that first map was Creator's pick, so we'll see if Solar does any better on Alcyone.
And John Solo, if we didn't say hi to you, hi! Good to see you, man.
Hi, John.
I think I tried to slip a hello into you, but that game was crazy, so... might not have been too clear. Twilight Council opening again here from Creator, or just rather, this time, it was a Stargate last time. Apologize.
Twilight and Robo. It's a pretty quick Robo behind this, I feel. Is this gonna be a Templar Archives or Dark Shrine? Dark Shrine!
Oh! I'm on board. Let's go.
Solar a little bit scared to commit in with that Overlord. But he is gonna go for it. There's the Stalker. Gonna force it away. Okay, I guess in a minute here, Solar is going to be thinking, where's the Oracle? So he's going to know, regardless, he's potentially going to see these gases, although he hasn't yet. Sees a bunch of Adepts, morphs in an Overseer because he has a lair. There's that Dark Shrine finished up.
War Prism, so scary.
There's the Overseer going on in. The DTs are already morphing, though. already warping, I guess, and Solar wants to go for a wall.
Hard wall. No, there's a gap. A depth slip on
Oh,
through. Dear. Yeah, take that, Roach. Bam. It's like oh no. Oh no. Queen down. Another drone down. Dealing with the depths in your main and DTs at your third. This is tough. But come on, Solar. You want a GSL. Let's go.
Oh
you can
my
hold
gosh.
This cheesiness. 6 drones down is not game ending. Plus, you cleaned up the adepts, and the DTs aren't here anymore. Oh, they need more so new Archons.
Round
Roach
2.
is out. Yeah, but Roaches deal with Archons pretty well.
Okay. Solar is rallying those all towards the third. Archon's gonna get some shots off, potentially kill a Roach.
Yeah. God, this reminds me. Remember when Double Archon Harass was like the opening of PvZ?
Yeah, it was great.
And then it stopped being great and totally went away.
Yeah, I'm not sure what killed it.
I mean, honestly, what kills any strat is opening with it every time. Eventually, players get used to dealing with it.
Yeah, I guess so. Just Zerg's just lost less and less drones as time went on.
Yeah. Well, and it was, a lot of the time, it wasn't even the Archon, like, going after drones. It was just picking off creep tumors and, like, attacking queens and stuff. It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, Creator, yeah, 6 drones. He's got up his third, like, I guess that was the minimum he could have got going for that.
Yeah? I don't know.
Anyway, Prism moving back on in. It's free, so try and harass with it. Why not?
Yeah, so Roach Ravager is going to be fine here. I mean, there's the only splash damage available right now for Creator is Archons, which barely counts against Roach Ravager. Quick Hive, too. 7-minute Hive coming in from Solar. Big fan of that.
Yeah. What's this gonna be for? Like...
Ultralisks, yay!
Okay, Hydroden. Do Zergs actually build Ultras these days?
If the enemy doesn't have any Disruptors or Immortals, sure. But there are Immortals, so never mind. And a Robotics Bay is coming in too.
Okay, Prism flies right on over those drones. I feel like maybe could have got one or two. Instead, he's going to try his luck in the main base, and those drones are hightailing it out of there.
Huh.
Okay, Lurker Den is already on the way. Nice reaction by Creator. Gonna get up his 4th base. And actually, Viper's already being added in by the Zerg, too. Potentially, maybe
Big fan.
looking to abduct that Prism, maybe? Or just a Colossus or anything.
Yeah. Immortals, Colossus, Warp Prism, very scary. Archons getting abducted into a big group of Lurkers is pretty good, too. I like it. I like what we're seeing here from Solar. Seismic Spine's getting started a little bit later than I like it too, but that's okay. Not going to worry about it too much. 16 Lings getting added on here. Good scout on the 4th base here of Creator.
Invisible Man strikes at the 4th. Kills 3 drones and then runs on out.
Secret Agent Man.
He's going to hang out at the 5th base. Solar almost goes in and gets him, but then turns around.
Yeah, man. 9 Lurkers getting fired up. Pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, really, like... Protoss can deal with this with the ground army, I feel, but eventually you want to be heading towards Sky Toss, right? Or am I mistaken?
I mean, it's always good against lurkers. If you don't want to deal with lurkers as Protoss, Sky Toss is the way to go.
Oh, good pickoff on 1-2 lurkers. Those stalkers.
It's tricky doing that, but if you're good enough, as Creator is.
Lots of shield batteries set up. The problem is he is potentially going to get baited into these lurkers. Creator not really paying attention as Roaches get some nice pickoffs.
Yeah, see Abduct on an Archon. Good stuff here.
Oh, look at this. Creator split up his army, though. He was setting up a bit of a surround. Solar sees this. He's going to try and capitalize on it and pick off this part of the army.
Yep, that's a recall. That is too much Protoss. Archons largely make it out. That's huge. Those Archons are needed versus these lurkers.
Okay, Psystorm is getting added in by the Protoss. Oh, this is such a brutal spot. Like, how does Creator break this?
Immortals? Where are they? Nice Blinding Cloud,
yeah.
Man. Come on, Immortals. Yeah, and then there's a couple hiders in here, too, like that.
Okay, getting Zealots on top of there. A nice warp in. Supporting this attack. It's still going to be close whether Creator can hold this and...
No, he's getting cleared out. Are they, though?
Oh, my
Maybe.
gosh.
Look at this Archon Micro. War Prism shenanigan. Never mind. That looked a lot harder to deal with. Creator, you monster.
Yeah, the problem is there's 8 lurkers and 10 more hydras on the way for Solar. Whereas that Protoss army takes a long time to rebuild.
Yeah, man. Creator's good. After wiping out all those lurkers, that's nice. I mean, there's 100 more lurkers coming back. Solar didn't give up on it, but lurkers are not cheap, man. They are gas heavy. They are expensive. Looks like Solar heading left side a little bit here, leaving some changelings behind to make sure it doesn't get flanked.
Oh my gosh, that one Immortal was like, where's all this Zerg come from?
This base appears to be dead. Creator on the other side going after the gold base of Solar, though.
Yeah.
He's just bringing everything. It appears we're trying to base trade a little bit.
I don't hate this because I don't think Creator can deal with these mass lurkers head on. He's making 2 Immortals right now. I'd honestly love if he was firing up some Disruptors. However, there's no Robo Bay, so he can't make those to help out. It's just that Immortal Archon Stalker with some High Templars to support.
Yeah, it sure seems like we're base racing at this stage, though. We've got the 4th base on the right side of Solar's under attack. His 3rd base just went down. Army moving into the natural. Is there enough Zerg on the other side to actually take down the important bases from Creator? Is he just gonna... I don't know. There's a handful of Hydralisks. Shield battery overcharge is good, but man, Hydra DPS is not enough. Oh my gosh, Hydra DPS is good. There you go. Does end up getting it. Ooh, 3 DT2.
Oh, an engagement going down here as Creator tries to take on the Zerg's army. The Psystorms are very delayed, though. They hit some of the lurkers big time, but not before a lot of that Protoss army has gone down. There is a Zealot Warpin, 1 Immortal, and a Prism. Can Creator clean all this up?
The juggling. The War Prism should have been targeted earlier. It is getting so much value here, but Creator losing his outlying bases. It's 50 drones to, or sorry, 46 to 4 army supply. Creator has nothing left. No money. Solar gets the win with the lurker play. It was really well done by Creator to kill as many lurkers as he did, but it wasn't quite enough. I think economically, yeah, I think the economy of Solar is just a little bit too good for Creator to be able to pull that off. But yeah, see, this is why a lot of Protoss players will go Sky Toss when they see lurkers, because lurkers are tough to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and Creator's timings were just a little bit off that game. Like, when Solar was on the ramp at his 3rd, Like, Solar was already on the ramp before Creator's sandwich. Like, the back half of that attack was a little bit late, so he wasn't quite able to get the timing on that. And then the base trade, Solar was already on Creator's side of the map pretty much when he was moving towards the Zerg side, so he was delayed on that. Just
Yeah, he had the advantage there for sure. My goodness, what a match. Good stuff. All right, so it's not going to be a 3-0 here, which is always
yay.
Okie doke. Site Delta, the latter edition.
Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in to Afreeca World 114. I'll link that match Reno in chat. You can contribute to that prize pool using the claim code button, and we've actually had another contribution. It looks like John Solo coming on in.
Hey, hey, John Solo. Legend.
$20 donation from him, which is awesome. Almost bringing our prize pool to $300, which is pretty darn nice for these players for an afternoon.
Absolutely.
Okay, in the top left, representing Team NV, it's Creator.
And in the bottom right of one of the more normal maps in the current pool, it is Solar. Look at this, top left versus bottom right. We've got rocks. There's like no weird mineral stuff you can mine through. Just nice and standard.
You know that meme of the why can't you just be normal?
Yeah, with
It's
the kid in the back.
someone needs to make that with like these maps.
Yeah, Site Delta's in the front seat and freaking Post Youth is in the back seat just screeching. All right, one gate expand against a hatch first. What we've seen the entire series thus far, all 3 games. All right, so after Cybercore, what are we going to get out of Creator here in game number 3? Probably, I'm going to guess, goes back into Stargate opening for normality and safety's sake. Stargate is so malleable. You can make all 3 units you can make out of it at the start are really good. Come on, Stargate. Yes! Don't make me a liar. Stargate it is. Yeah, I mean, this is as standard as you can possibly get right now in the current meta. Got Queens, we got Speed, we have Adept, we have Stargate, we got a Zealot to block. Oh, no, just canceled it, throw down a Stalker. That seems to make more sense. Third hatch timing at about 230, 240. And from here, this is where variation starts to come in. What do you build out of the Stargate? When do you get your 4th base? Is it Baneling Nest? Is it Roach Warren? Is it Vast Lair? These are the options that Solar has to himself right now, but so far, it's all normal.
Yeah, I do wonder if we'll see Creator lean more into that Sky Toss, as he is the Protoss who will go double Stargate at times. Obviously not this game, but who knows, maybe he'll go for like a Void Ray or something behind this, or Phoenix.
Yeah, like I said, nothing too weird here at all. I mean, Solar's just droning and making queens. Can't really ask for more than that from him. Second Oracle getting fired up. We'll see how many oracles do end up showing up on the map here today, at least in the early stages. And Solar's just happily firing up 7 drones at a time. It is the prerogative of the Zerg to make this many drones, but they do have to have less army in order to make up for it. Except for queens. You can make queens without using larvae, which is why queens are so good in the opening stages of any game. So third oracle getting fired up here. Again, within realm, normal ranges.
Yeah, Creator has yet to show his hand for what other tech he's going to go for yet.
Yeah, no Twilight, no Robo. There we go. Twilight gets tossed down with a Forge and a Robo. Fair enough. So he does get all the tech. Adept's harassing, but...
Gets a tumor.
Yeah. But queens are sort of the answer to all of this Adept stuff. Ooh, gets a probe kill. Nice. Really nice. Yeah, queen's doing queenie things. 10 more drones getting fired up. Solar is getting a 4th base on that right side. So, yeah, 4th base here. Oh, Adept's not in range of the shield battery, but Oracle saving the girls? No. Both Adepts get killed, somewhat avenged by killing a bunch of Lings in the process.
Yeah, and look at this Solar going hard into the Lings once more.
Yeah, he's already at 60 workers, though. I mean, he went so hard into the drones that...
That's true.
This is not going to hurt his economy at all.
In they go, though. Gonna target this battery.
Oh, yeah. Oracle, scary. Queen's doing queen things. Oracle's taking some hull damage here. That does get dangerous. No. Do not donate Lings. There you go, for heaven's sakes. Killing drones, Adepts. That's what was distracting. Okay, Immortal, Sentry, Charge, +1 attack on the way from Creator. Another Oracle coming in. Does that replace one? No, that's going to be 4.
I like it.
So here we go. We are doing hero-style PvZ, at least to a certain extent. Good force on the cancel on that 4th base, though. Million Lings. They're working on +1 for those guys. So yeah, it's going to be gateway units with Oracle support here. It looks like a couple Archons, too, based on the High Templars warping in. Yeah, this is really good. Because Lings really struggle with this. And then if you show up with, like, Roaches and Ravagers, Oracles can kind of burn down your Ravagers.
Yeah, they absolutely can.
Yeah, we've seen Hero win with this strategy a lot.
No answer to the Oracle's insight for the Zerg.
Ah, but losing an Oracle is not going to help you with the strategy. What are you doing? Alright, man. Archons, Charge Lots, Sentries. Kind of stop making Oracles here, too. I mean, he's back down to regular Oracle numbers.
Yeah, they'll still definitely help against this incoming attack from Solar, but having 4 would have been a lot nicer.
And then he makes a Phoenix instead of making another Oracle. Alright, I guess.
Yeah, I guess maybe he's expecting mutas. Instead, there's 24 Banelings morphing on the front lines for Solar, and there's going to be an attack coming in momentarily.
Yeah, I do not know. I mean, Centrifugal Hooks is a bit away from completing. I don't know if he wants to come in here with Slow Banes. But yeah, I don't know what Phoenix is going to do for you unless you just want to hunt some Overlords. Or kill an Overseer. That's fine. I'll allow it. Fleet Beacon getting tossed down, but are we going to get there is the question.
I do not know, as there's 4 Archons as the main bulk of this defense for the Protoss. There is a battery to retreat to. Oracles are dealing all that damage.
Banelings trying to connect on things like Zealots and Cannons and Shield Batteries, and not Archons and Immortals as much, but it's happening anyway. Dude, 73 to 36 army supply. The Queens forward are fighting these Oracles, but the Oracles take down both of the Queens. Some Charge Lots trying to do what they can, but the Roach count is pretty hefty. Nice lift on the Ravager, but can't quite take it down. This third base is in a lot of trouble as Lings continue to flood in here. One immortal, not enough, and Solar wins it with the Roach Ravager Ling Bane attack before Skytoss could happen for Creator. He wanted it, but was not given the time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, Creator was almost a little blind that game. And Solar.
Yeah, I don't know that he knew what was coming exactly.
Our next map is going to be Ghost River.
Hey, we talked about that one earlier. That was top left, top right spawn, which again leads to some very weird games, which I am all for. I think we can use more of those. Yeah, Solar looking good there. And, I mean, it's... I want to say it's rare that you see a game where one player just didn't quite pick up on what the other player was doing, and as a result, just straight up died. Like, at this level of Starcraft, that's not very common, but it does happen sometimes. And it's
Yeah. It was a little ignorant.
Sad. Yeah. There's no reason for this.
No, not when he has oracles that can reveal and
Yeah.
whatnot, but instead he's like, la-di-da-di-da. Oh, Zerg!
Oh, 100 banelings. Oh, no. All right, so top right of Ghost River. Creator's got his back against the wall, and it's Creator.
And in the top left, representing Vitality, it's Solar.
Yeah, Solar does get his nat blocked, but I mean, that happens about 80% of the time against Protoss, so nothing.
Yeah, another thing Creator neglected in that was having AoE. If he'd gone into Psystorm potentially before going into...
Disruptor shots would
Yeah.
have been pretty sick too. Yeah, Colossus would have been really helpful there.
Literally anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like a speed baneling timing. Like when they got there, they didn't have it, and then midway through the fight, it clicked into speed banelings. That was funny. I don't see that kind of timing in attacks all that much. I think partly too in the last game, Solar's able to drone up a lot really fast. There really wasn't a lot of harassment that wasn't easily dealt with, and anytime you're dealing with a GSL winning Zerg player and they kind of just get up to 60 workers, no big deal, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, like Creator made the oracles, but he didn't harass with them until much, much later.
Yeah. And every time he tried to get anything done with the oracles, the queens were in good position.
Twilight Robo again from Creator. Looking eerily similar to that DT build. It's going to be Glaives this time, however.
Man, I'm gun shy about Glaives. Because, like, 2 times in the last, I want to say, year, I've been like, resonating Glaives. Those never work, and then they do. So I need to be careful here. And be like, this could totally work, because it doesn't show up very often.
Just observe.
And Zerg players can be caught off guard because it doesn't happen very often. They're not constantly running into this on ladder. But the trick, as always, is scouting it. That's 90% of the battle. Ooh, getting a Roach Warren is going to be nice, too. Okay, I mean, it's like it's resonating glaives. We know what this is. There's not a third base, which Solar sees isn't going to tell him a lot. Don't get a fourth. Make a bunch of roaches. Something's coming. Roaches are going to be good against all of it.
Yeah, I don't know what prompted Solar to make such a good call on this was.
I mean, there's no third base. That's a big part of it.
It is, but this looks exactly like the DT build. The opening and all the information Solar has, and yeah, this game he's like, I just need a Spore Crawler.
True.
And so
what did he...
Yeah, it's a good read by him.
Maybe he's just like, there's no way I'm getting DT Rush twice in the same series, maybe? Just took a risk? Because who does that? Who goes DT in a PvZ 2 times in a best of 5? Nobody does that.
Prism...
Threatening.
Yeah, it transforms and then it untransforms.
And depths into the natural base, don't shade in. Yeah, I mean, this is Creator being like, alright, I gotta get a third base. That did not work at all.
No, that was not very good. Getting Blink, a Forge behind this. I guess maybe get up Psystorm or something as soon as possible. Solar did cut a lot of workers here, though. Like, a lot. Like, he was at 38 a second ago, and he's just droning up now.
Drone.
Yeah, so in a sense that was pretty good damage done by Creator.
It's just tough. It is tough when you go Resonating Glaives against a Zerg who just completely shuts it down without even really losing anything. And then to come back and win the game from there is like, it's tough. It's not fun. I'm not saying it's impossible, because Creator is really good. But I mean, Solar's at 60 workers. I mean, that's kind of the magic number here, you know?
Yeah, it is a little scary, that's for sure.
He's getting Gleerwood Constitution, a Baneling Nest gets fired in. He's like, maybe I'll just do the same thing. Go Roachling Bane with a couple Ravagers here and hope there's not a ton of splash damage because of the Adept opening.
Creator is going up to a second Robo, so either going to be Colossus, I guess, or Disruptors. There's the Colossus on the way. Oh, and look at this.
Okay. Forcing a cancel on the 4th base, that's definitely a win.
Yeah, that was really nice. And as far as tech-wise, like, Creator is getting up Colossus, Blink, +1, whereas Solar is really just hanging out on Roaches and getting melee attack for now. So I don't mind this for Creator as the game's progressed.
I mean, the more time you have to get splash damage, the better you're going to be here against the Roaches and the Banelings and the Ling, especially. Solar is firing up a Hive at about 8 minutes. Once again, Lings are on top of this whole Warp Prism stuff because we're not getting a Spire, so this Warp Prism should be fine for pretty much forever. Death gets saved. Doesn't get anything done, but gets saved. Yeah, Solar at 80 workers. Yeah, the cancel on this 4th base was a problem, but it's coming back up. Creator getting a 4th base of his own on the right side. We'll see if he can hang on to it.
Yeah, I get the feeling Creator's building up towards a potential timing attack. In a moment, he's going to have 4 Colossus. He's been warping in sentries, and now he's starting to move out on the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's Vipers, which are, I mean, so good at this situation. Abducting Colossus is kind of what they were intended to do. Adrenal's coming in, but I'm not sure it's going to be part of this incoming battle because Creator is on the move.
He certainly is. He's going to have a lot of Banelings to contend with. The tool to deal with that is going to be Force Fields.
Which is what Ravagers were intended to deal with. I don't think there are a lot of those. There's a couple. All right. On creep, the engagement not hot. Good blink. Force fields do come up. Colossus do set up a bit of a trap there for those roaches. Yeah.
That was so many force fields by Creator.
Might be out of sentry energy.
I think he is. After that, how could he not be?
Yeah. It's like, oh crap.
I guess he's got
he's still got a couple. Yeah.
And Solar did burn pretty much all his Banelings in that attack. We do see Abducts on the Colossus, but is there even enough firepower from the Zerg to take this down?
No, he didn't kill any of the Colossus. He finally gets one of them that he abducted. And the only saving grace here for Solar is that he is at 79 workers and is just pumping Lings and Roaches and Ravagers and should be able to defender advantage his way in here. But man, more Stalkers keep showing up. You have to abandon this 4th base. This is huge from Creator. I think he might have just done it.
Yeah, a lot of Solar supply is in that production tab, and that's it. GG.
Yeah. GG. Creator ties it up 2-2 with a really nice timing attack with 3 Colossus, Immortals, Sentries. That was very well done. Yeah, I don't know if the Vipers weren't ready yet. If he hadn't done the consume thing in time to have enough Viper energy to get some Abducts off, because I felt the Abducts were very late.
Yeah, I think he did just hit right before the Vipers were ready.
Yeah. I mean, he had... Anyway, I mean, he had the Vipers out. It's just a matter of I don't think they had enough energy to do what he wanted them to do. Anyway, good stuff. I mean, I'm always a fan of a 5th game and a best of 5.
Yeah, it's sweet compared to our first series.
Yeah. Nice change for sure.
Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. After this Game 5 we have here, the winner is going to move on to take on Cure, who's waiting in the finals.
Who's been just kind of chilling for the last hour.
Yeah, he has been. I'm excited for it, though. I think it'll be a great match either way. Personally, I think Solar versus Cure would be really exciting. A lot of good TVZ, but...
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of TVZ. Most of my subs are, too. All right, top left of Oceanborn, another very normal map. It's going to be Solar.
And in the bottom right, representing Team NV, it's Creator. Do you cast mirror matchups on your channel often, or...?
Not often, but sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, it's that YouTube thing. They get way less views, don't they?
Yeah, mirror matchups in both StarCraft 2 and Brood War are the least popular of all matchups, as far as I know. Even if they're fun.
I know.
TVT in Brood War involves a lot of, like, dropping tanks onto your opponent and battle cruisers, and it's great. But people see TVT and they're like, meh.
Yeah.
ZVZ I can understand, because ZVZ is really hard to get a super interesting match. Especially in Brood War, where like 90% of all Brood War ZVZs end at 7 minutes. It's just...
Okay.
It's... Everybody goes mutas, who wins the incoming muta battle, and then it's over. And it's like, okay, this really needs to get switched up somehow. It's like back when... Oh, I don't think you were around quite yet, but... Back when every ZVZ in Heart of the Swarm was just mass muta, and whoever had the most mutas won, and it was like, okay,
I was around for a bit of that, yeah.
Yeah, and then they made the single best balance change in the history of StarCraft 2 by giving Spores bonus to biological. Genius.
That was
great. I don't know
great.
who had that idea, but that person, I hope they got promoted.
They probably got fired knowing Blizzard.
Man,
But-
probably got laid off like 2 months later. Probably. I'm just saying, it was so elegant because it doesn't do anything about the other matchups.
Those
Oh,
changes are the best.
the ones that just don't negatively affect anything else and perfectly solve the problem that you're looking to solve. It's so hard to do. Anyway, Mutalisks. PvP, I think, is fun. But again, doesn't get a lot of... PvP just results in a lot of dropping in Brood War. Like, a lot of storm dropping. So that's always fun to watch. I guess in StarCraft 2 PvP, a lot of the time is Disruptor Tennis, which can get kind of interesting, but also a little repetitive.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You post bot mirror matchups?
Not as often as I do non-mirror matchups, because
Yeah.
even in bot games, it's the same thing. Which is just ludicrous, but
Yeah.
it's the way it
Shouldn't
is.
be. Okay, anyway, this game is happening. Look, Oracles and Adepts and Queens. Oh my. No resonating glaives this game. Why are casters ragging on Blizzard? They are casting their games. How unprofessional. Wait, what? They are the reason they have jobs.
I don't know about you, but my job has nothing to do with StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I think he's talking about like the ones that do ESL and GSL and stuff.
I think it might have been our comment about, well, my comment about how they probably fired the guy that made the balance changes, but
Oh,
it's not
that's
untrue.
just true. I mean, look, man. Maybe Blizzard will be better now under Microsoft ownership, and I do have hopes for that. But to be real, the last 10 years have not been great overall. Oracle says, spores can't hurt me if they're not done yet. Haha, gets a cancel on it. Nice. You gotta get your spores up faster than 4 minutes. Twilight Council, Ford coming in from Creator. What else here? Yeah, there's nothing too out of the ordinary. Again, Oceanborn, very normal map. And as a result, sometimes you get a little bit more normal games. Another Roach Warren.
What did he cancel?
I don't know, he's got a Roach Warren.
Yeah, he started something else and then he canceled it. Didn't quite catch what that was. Okay, Blinken +1, fired up for Creator. With a couple of gateways in tow.
Oracles, again, Queen positioning by Solar today has just been fantastic.
Yeah, that was really well done. Creator does manage to grab at least 2 drones, 3 drones. As long as he gets out with the oracles, that's okay. Oh my gosh, even being greedy. Nabs a 4th.
Acceptable, though. A little bit of hull damage on those oracles, but could be worse. Yeah, again, Solar just likes these roaches today. That's Glial Reconstitution firing up again. Robotics facility. Infestation pit, Hydra den. So we might go into more lurkers here again. Oh, remember last game where I was like, man, it's hard to win if you get resonating glaives shut down, but it totally worked. Man, Creator's good.
Yeah,
tough.
you're right about that. I honestly think that game was just because of the amount of drones Solar cut. Like, he defended that with so little drones.
Yeah. It can. That's the tricky thing, though.
It is. If you over drone, you die. But I think
Right.
he honestly cut too many drones or made a few too many units. Like,
Yeah, you're.
anyway, in this game, we're seeing a big attack with Stalkers that Adepts are buffering for. Oracles are in the mix too. They haven't activated their Pulsar Beams. They do now to help deal with those Lings, and there's the blink away. With more Stalkers coming on in, Solar quickly has to back on to creep.
All right, man. Roaches with speed going to trade pretty well here. Stalkers do bonus versus armored roaches. Yeah, man. Stalkers trade out pretty well here. Queen's getting transfuses are good, adding some more Lings into the mix, but also kind of waiting on lurkers. I don't know if you want to do that, but he does seem to be shoving Creator away here.
Yeah, Solar is chasing those Stalkers, sending them home, and Creator fires up 2 Colossus with a 4th Nexus behind him. Hydra's on the way. Hive and potentially a Lurker Den? Oh, it's already out, pardon me.
Yeah, it's done. Seismic Spine's getting fired up right about now. Man, Warp Prism. I don't know. I'd like to see a Spire thrown down just to deal with this Warp Prism. It's really been annoying.
Yeah, he is getting out a Viper, which could potentially abduct it.
True, but then you still have to burn it down. And like they're... I guess maybe if you drop it into like a 3 Queens and a Spore, you can probably take it out. Yep, Colossus Extended Thermal Lance getting fired in. Love this Roach pathing sequence. It's... Have you seen those videos of like, this is what self-driving cars would do on the road?
Yeah.
They're all self-driving. That's what it looks like. Okay, Seismic Spines is done. The Lurker's got about 80% better. That extra range is so nice. Solar throwing up a 5th base left side. Creator kind of sharking around there, and Solar's army's not much in position to... Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
nice!
Yeah, I saw that coming. Disruptor on the Lurkers. Nice hit. Nice hit.
That was incredibly well executed by Creator. Solar can survive on 4 bases with this composition. It's going to be uncomfortable, though. Creator looking to fire up his 5th base while simultaneously denying the Zerg one. Although Solar does reestablish that too.
Yep, as you do. He hasn't really threatened a base at all of Creators today. He's kind of heading up the top side for some kind of an attack. While Creator is dealing with the south side here. Adaptive Talons finishing up, +2 missile attack on the way. Storm finishing up, and +3 on the way from Creator. And the upgrades are looking hot. These roaches get spotted by, well, some zealots. So any sneak attack potential just kind of got shut down up there. Nidus. First time we get a Nidus today.
Let's see if Creator can handle Lurkers potentially popping out in his main.
Good. I like seeing different stuff in these matchups. Mothership and Nidus both definitely count. Man, Lurker Nidus can be really powerful in this matchup for sure. Yeah, Solar just kind of overwhelming here. Blink. I mean, as a Zerg player, I think the cooldown on Blink could stand to be extended a little bit because, my goodness, that comes up fast. Like, blink and then count to 5 and you got another blink. Okay, forcing to cancel on that 6th base attempt. Probably going to get replanted here. But again, Creator just expanding along the bottom side. Warp Prism still unbothered. Still continues to shark around up there, causing all sorts of problems. Adrenal finishing up. That's a really important upgrade here, too, obviously. Dark Shrine warping in. Why not? Why not make some DTs? Why not
Nice
use them to make
feedback.
Archons? Good. Disruptor does tag the Lurker, but it takes 2 Disruptor shots to take one of those down. Gotta watch out for it. And Carrier, there we go. Carrier's on the way. I mean, Creator's at 191 supply, so he's probably going to be trading out this supply for Carriers as it dies. Or, you know, if it never dies, that's good too. Because it means he's probably winning. Nidus coming up inside the main base of Creator.
Yeah, no units are in it yet.
He does warp in some charge lots to deal with it, but that's a little bit late.
2 carriers are there, though.
Yeah, so he doesn't bother to unload. Disappointing Nidus shenanigans. Do better. Okay. Corruptors are being added in. Holy Shadow Stride is on the way. We're getting DT Blink here at 13 minutes in this match. Good heavens. That's usually something that we see against Terran, but I don't see why it wouldn't be useful here.
Yeah, I'm definitely there for it. The DTs deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, and blinking on top of a hatchery and just going wop wop is so satisfying. So 3 carriers being added in, corruptors being added in a couple at a time here too, +1 flyer attack and an ultralisk cavern in response to the carriers. Yeah, man, Immortals, the great answer to lurkers. Look at that.
And Psystorm, too. These roaches are going for it.
They are, and they do take one of the Immortals down. The other one does get saved. Oracle damage and cannon damage,
Okay,
you know, at this stage.
What was that? 3 lurkers and 10 roaches for 2 Immortals?
Yeah.
And a High Templar, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Crater expanding up the right side, too. We're running out of places to go here. 1 base left. Yeah, Oceanborn with every base taken is pretty interesting for sure. 11 Corruptors at a time firing up. +1 Flyer Carapace. Flux Veins on the way. Yeah, we're definitely getting your Sky Toss here today.
Yeah, and this is what I'm a little concerned about for Solar. Like, when I think of Zergs that are great at dealing with Sky Toss, Solar doesn't pop into my mind. He's just... I don't know, he just doesn't quite get the efficiency that he needs when it comes to dealing with these Protoss armies.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, but with the right Zerg, it almost looks like Sky Toss is just non-viable. But you're right, Solar's not one of those guys. And, I mean, base count here from Creator is 6?
Oh, 2 Immortals on the Ultra Cavern.
Oh, denying Chitinous Plating and taking the cavern down. Immortal dies for it, but... Chitinous Plating was almost done. Not that it's particularly helpful against Immortals, but... Or carriers, I guess.
More Stargates, batteries on the way for Creator as he just turns into this Protoss war machine with the ability to potentially remax after a trade, have enough static defense to buy time after a trade.
Yeah, exactly. This is going really well for Creator. He's doing everything he wants. He really hasn't been threatened all that much. He did get a base canceled, which is annoying. Creator Spire getting fired up, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he's like, if we wipe out the carriers and the Broodlords will be awesome, which he's right about. Except that there's Void Rays.
I honestly think Solar doesn't know what to do here. This is why we see him go for these weird attacks and then just go in, go out. Like, Creator's not giving him any opportunities. And he's got to feel uncomfortable as a result.
love to see Solar take that bottom left base, and maybe even that top right one too, if he can pull it off.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see if those bases can be taken by either player as this game goes on.
Abduct into the Corruptors is all amazing against those carriers for sure. Neural Parasite on carriers can be really good too. He is researching it. He's getting Chitinous Plating again, but obviously not enough room in supply to make any Ultralisks. So Creator pretty happy just to kind of sit back, wait on his upgrades, get +3 Flyer, +3 Air Armor, +3 Shields, I think that is. Pretty bonkers out of him. And just a couple more Vipers added in. Both players maxed out.
Oh my gosh, Creator has 15 gateways as well for a potential remax.
Yeah. He's like, if in fact my carriers all die and it's a mass Corruptor army from Solar, then guess what? Gateway units are going to win that.
We see Solar starting to mine out this location, so that may put more pressure on him to take another expansion. That being said, both players have ridiculously large banks, as both players are afraid to attack. Like, Creator's okay just sitting back at home, and Solar's realizing, if I attack on in, I'm just gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean, it is attacking into a Skytoss army sitting on one of their bases with shield batteries is basically asking to die. So it is kind of up to the Protoss to decide to move out onto the map, and then for Solar to engage with them. Man, Solar's sneaking one Ultralisk out. One Ultralisk has ever been very good. Definitely not.
It's like, his name is Bob, and he's trying very hard. Thank you very much.
He is. I mean, he's going to have almost full upgrades, which is... He's going to have full upgrades fairly soon, which is awesome.
Yeah, this is just so much Sky Toss. And we're not even seeing any Infestors yet. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that is one of the major tools when it comes to dealing with Sky Toss, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's just, it's risky, right? Because if they get spotted, if they get revelated, then they really can't do much of anything, and then that's just dead supply.
Yeah,
so Vipers are a little bit easier to keep out of range of that kind of stuff, and if they get revealed, it's not as big of a deal.
All right. There's Bob the Ultralisk.
Yeah, with his buddies, all the Zerglings.
Solar is starting to inch a little bit more forward with his Spore Forests. As he has made a lot of spores, 53 in the game presently. Now taking that top right base. This could be his way of forcing Creator into an engagement.
Hey, look at his fired up 4 Infestors.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, Solar is taking that top right. Bottom left remains unoccupied currently, but man, if Solar could take it, I'd feel a lot better about his abilities. Both players have like equal banks, which is hilarious. So Ling Ultra Army, you know, pretty good at getting in, getting out before the Skytoss Army can respond to it because they're slow and ponderous. But I mean, killing one cannon is not exactly game-winning material there.
No, we did just see Creator, I think, throw away 21 workers. Yeah, he's killing his own workers.
Yeah. Making more carriers, a couple more DTs with it. Which, oh man, DTs in that scrum going against Ultras are going to be great. I mean, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Solar's going to do the same thing sometime soon, because this game is going to come down to one fight potentially. We see those Corruptors and Vipers looking for potential abducts. Right now, though, Creator has about a 30 army supply lead due to that sacking of probes. That's not insignificant. I think that was a carrier that just got abducted. Nice move.
Yeah. I mean, free carrier is free. Solar's bank is going up. Creator's not quite keeping up with it. There we go.
Yeah, this is a big
Forest
attack.
with no Tempest is interesting. Oh man, Cloak gets fired up. Immediate Abduct. Takes it down. Spine's getting big time hits off on these Archons, Lurkers too. That was not a good move in there for Creator. Lost a bunch of stuff.
No, that was not attacking on in like that. Solar didn't quite get a sweep or anything. However, it wasn't a bad trade for him. Creator is going to have to rebuild a ton of Interceptors that died against those Spore Crawlers.
Yeah, I don't know why he'd attack into Spore Crawler Forest there. I don't get it.
I guess just the existence of that base for Solar is what spurred him to attack. Now he's going to rotate down towards the bottom left, but another Spore Forest, well invested in by Solar.
Yeah, absolutely worth its weight in gold here. This is why Tempests were given that Tectonic Destabilizers upgrade, is to deal with these Spore Force a little bit more easily, but Creator says if you just have enough Sky Toss, it's fine. Another carrier goes down, another carrier.
Yeah.
Basically getting one volleyed here, which is huge. If you have enough Corruptors to one volley a carrier, you're actually feeling okay.
Yeah, they were all softened up, and I'm not sure why Creator's attacking on in here is... He takes some big losses. He's down 50 supply right now, warping in 11 DTs to reinforce.
Interesting choice. Making another Warp Prism. I like that Solar's not panicking here. He's not engaging if he doesn't have to. He's just recognizing, I've got more money. I can remax more easily here. Oh, the Dark Archons, Dark Templar into Archons here. I like it.
Yeah, we're seeing Solar make Ultras, though, which are good against Archons. He's also... Well, Creator is also down on High Templar. Like, he's only got maybe enough energy for 2 Storms, I want to say, with his 2 High Templar. And that's going to be a little bit risky, trying to engage these Corruptors without that. So, good Fungals going down by Solar. Parasitic Bomb.
Still backing out. Stalkers reinforcing on the right side here. More Corruptors being added in. And, man, Creator is going for the jugular here. He is deep in Zerg territory on creep. Trying to kill what he can. Solar throwing up 7 Broodlords to help deal with the Archons.
Yeah, and oh, Solar.
No! They get spotted and they're forced into a cancel there. Lurker Den's going to die. Hydra Den's going to die. He's trying to fire up 5 more Broodlords here. He's still got 7,500 minerals and 5,800 gas. So his ability to be making stuff here is better than Creator's. Not that Creator is broke or anything. But once again, did his Broodlords get canceled?
I think so, and he's just been rallying out Corruptors, but he's lost his main base. He's losing his main. He's going to lose his natural. He's rebuilding tech frantically. But, like, Solar's clearly unsure what to do. He just made, like, 14 lings.
Yeah, he's running out of his bank here, too. That right side base is helping him a lot, but it's not going to last forever. Yeah, making 6 more Ultralisks, but man, that's a lot of Stalker, Archon, DT. So he just basically evacuated this left side of the map, which kind of leaves Creator the ability to expand to that left side base without really having to worry about too much.
Yeah, if he chooses to go in, he may have success. And oh, there's actually nothing to defend these Corruptors and Infestors. Here, the Infestor's going to unburrow and fungal. No, they don't do that, so the Stalkers can get away.
Yeah, that's what they do. They're very mobile. Escaping is not a big deal for them. The Hive's going to die. And Solar's just like, nah, I can't panic. I can't try to save my base and end up losing everything. I'm really shocked Creator hasn't expanded to that left side base at this stage. Solar is so trapped in this top right corner. Yeah, some Lurkers would be nice, but the Hydra Den and the Lurker Den died. What are these Ultras doing?
I guess
they come out of the eggs in the main?
I think they might have ran to the main to deal with those 2 Archons there, but Creator just butchered them, and now they've burrowed and are in trouble.
Do kill a couple Archons, which is something, but
yeah, they at least
losing
traded.
Those Ultras sucks. 7 more Infestors being produced. Army value about even here. Worker count about even here. This is really tight. He needs some Lurkers. He needs some Lurkers on these spores to fall back to. But he's not rebuilding his Hydra Den. He is getting back into Hive, though, which is interesting.
Yeah, I really like how Creator is adding in these 2 Immortals here.
Yeah, really good anti-ultra.
Yeah, and that's really what Solar's going to be relying on, I feel, to deal with the Archons, the Stalkers. Solar's also looking for pickoffs with all these Corruptors, hoping to grab a couple carriers or something.
He really hasn't been able to get one for a while, though.
No, he hasn't.
I just don't know what he does if all the Stalkers show up here. There's like 2 Spines and a couple Infestors. Yeah, fungling the Stalkers is fun, but how many fungals does it take to kill a Stalker, you know? I'm really surprised he's not making a new Hydra Den. And Creator does take that left side base. Solar's splitting some units off down here to maybe shut it down. That's a really, really big move for him because Creator is quickly mining out.
It is a big move. It's also a huge commitment by Solar. Like, this is a lot of resources in these Ultras, and I think they're going to perish. The Lurkers get some decent spines off, but yeah, Solar just gave up 4 Ultras and 3 Lurkers for a 400 mineral Nexus.
Yeah, which is going to get replanted because there's a bunch of probes here. But Creator's whole army down this left side. An attack to the right side might go pretty well. Raider Spire coming in again. Solar really wants to make this Broodlord stuff work.
He's making 22 lings, though. Like, I guess he wants to try and shut that base down again. I feel it would have just been more in his interest to go with those Ultras and go for a fight. Because this game isn't going to get any better for him. Oh, man, and Infestor's getting blinked on. I think that was 3 picked off by Creator. Very nice blink. Lings do wrap around on a couple of the Stalkers, but Solar's in a really tough position right now.
Come on, Broodlords, let's go. Bit of an attack on the right side here into that base of Creators, but again, just can't deal with the shield battery overcharge. Getting dragged in. Guys, come on.
I think it's got to be Ultras for Solar.
Well, it's Broodlords, so sorry to disappoint. His base is dead. I mean, I guess there are some minerals here, but not really that many. Caustic spray on that thing would be pretty good. Where's the carrier army? Just kind of nowheresville in the middle of the map right now. Lurkers very, very slowly taking down a Nexus. Yeah, the blink stuff here. Nope, not saving that hatch. Sorry. Yeah, and Blink Stalker is against an Ultra. Lings too. But now the Void Rays clean everything up, and another Ultra goes down for very little value.
Yeah, once again. Oh my gosh.
Feedback,
Ow,
feedback,
ow.
feedback.
3 feedbacks. That is most of the Psystorm gone, if not all of it. There's still 3
Broodlord shelling that base on the right side. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Broodlords are... There they are. Just kind of hanging out.
That's why I would have liked to see Ultras by Solar, because no Psystorm. I think if he had Ultras there, he maybe could have gone on in, but I don't know. Okay, here goes Solar. Gets 1 pickoff, 2 pickoffs, 3, 4.
Okay, that was pretty good. But Bank is favoring Creator here pretty intensely. He can afford to rebuild stuff more than Solar can right now, and the longer that left side base lives, the worse that's going to be for Solar.
Yeah.
24 more Lings get fired up. LaughNgamez' favorite thing to do when you're facing Sky Sauce.
Oh, it's just like...
Ooh, is he Fist of Neebing this?
He's getting to that point. The Fist of Neeb. Okay. Going for the main base.
DT shield batteried.
There's
Shield
the
battery
overcharge.
overcharged. Shield battery dies. Dude, these DTs holding this line are worth their weight in gold. That was amazing. Buying just enough time for the rest of the army to show up here. Absolutely crazy. All right. 4 more carriers getting fired up by Creator. Immediately rebuilding the losses that he sustained.
Okay.
I think the Lings could have handled that.
Yeah.
There's 1 cannon there.
Yeah.
This is intense. This is one heck of a game.
All the times for Solar not to commit to a run by.
Now, okay. He's like, oh, wait, there was 1 cannon there. I didn't misread it.
Okay, the Corruptors are out on the map too. Maybe looking to grab that Oracle. And they will get yes, they will get it.
Okay, so Creator is gonna, by golly, he is gonna be down to like, there it is, 1 probe. 0 probes remaining for Creator.
Okay.
Kinda hurts.
He's like, oh, maybe I did kill too many probes.
Yeah. He is replacing probes 1 at a time. Gonna take a minute. My Templar with good energy counts back here. This base is really all that matters currently. Although, I mean, getting into that natural base, which Solar's trying to do right now.
Yeah, this is nice.
One DT warps in, but there's detection, so he gets wiped out pretty easily. And yeah, depowering a Stargate. Wait, did I say it? There was detection. Yeah, there's an Overseer here.
Finally, Solar is out-positioning Creator.
Yeah, pretty good storm dodge there. This Nexus isn't really providing much value, sir. But I guess it's big and it explodes real nice, so whatever. Yeah, and now it's time to run. Or just run through the meat grinder and everything dies. That's also good. Blah. Blah. 24 more Lings getting fired up. Solar's favorite move in this game. Yeah, that Nexus is providing nothing. I mean, I guess it's a recall target.
Hey, this one probes mining. He's giving it his all.
He is. He's providing all of the income that Creator's getting right now.
In 10,000 years, that probe will mine out that base.
Yeah. Dude, shield battery first. What are you doing? Just kidding, it's fine. 0 workers again for Creator. Oh, engagement upright. Big, huge one.
Creator's had enough as he's moving on in.
Brood Lord's trying to deal with the stuff on the ground here. Corruptors need to engage. Nice fungal, nice parasitic bomb. Corruptors need to deal with these carriers if they can. The Archon count is a couple, but they're in a lot of trouble just dealing with it
Oh my
here.
gosh.
The carriers are getting obliterated. The Brood Lords, are they all dead? I feel like they're all dead. There's a handful of Stalkers and Archons on the ground. The Corruptors make it out of there alive. Neural Parasite on the Immortals. Insane move.
Traitor Immortals coming in big for Solar. Is it enough, though?
10 Ultras in production.
They're going to take so long to pop, though, and this is a big ground army for the Protoss. Solar has got no bank left, really.
Creator's got less. Where did Creator's bank go? Did you warp in a bunch of Stalkers? Is that where these guys came from?
I think he's got to cancel these Ultras, but he's going to burrow them. However, there is detection.
No, there is
Solar's
detection.
coming on in for that Observer.
Gets Obs 1 down, Obs 2 down, but the burrowed stuff dead anyway.
Yeah.
That was free.
That was three Ultras that Solar cannot afford to replace. He's got a couple of Infestors about to pop out. If he lands a big fungal, maybe he can deal with this army.
Dude, the longer the game goes on, though, the more it favors Solar, just because he's got production. Oh, I guess he doesn't really anymore. His bank is gone, too. Never mind, both players are equally
On
screwed.
creep.
Fungal.
The Spore's kind of working against Solar as they backlog the Ultralisk, and it's so close. There's Stalkers left. The last Immortal dies.
Protoss is going to win this battle. And he
Oh
does.
my gosh, what a game between these two. GG, holy cow.
An absolutely epic 37-minute PvZ in a game 5, and Creator gets the win to move on to the next round. Wow. Yeah, that was the plan all along from Creator. It was, sure, if at some point my Skytoss army gets wiped out, I'm just going to make a bunch of Stalkers and Immortals and Archons and try to win it from there. And he totally did. That was crazy. Like, congratulations to Creator, man. Solar, he did what he wanted to do. He did wipe out the Skytoss army, but the follow-up was too strong. Just barely, though. I mean, that wasn't a giant army left. That was Stalkers, Immortals, a couple Archons. It wasn't maxed out by any stretch.
Yeah, and the timing of Creator's attack, like, I think Solar should have canceled those Ultras from that base, because, like, they were just destined to die when they popped out, but who knows, maybe he didn't have the larva to use the money. It's just, if those Ultras were made at another base, and then that fight happened with 4 extra Ultras, I think Solar would have won, but there's so many ifs and or buts in that. All I can say is that that was a great series between these two.
Yeah, I mean, can't ask for more. That was great. I mean, Solar kind of throwing that one game away by making 87 Mutalisks was very weird, but...
It was.
Other than that, great series for sure. So that was fantastic. So we got our finals now. It is going to be Cure versus Creator in a best of 7 PvT. So stick around for that. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Cure's TVP looks absolutely unstoppable right now. So we'll see if Creator has what it takes to deal with it.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall order for Creator, I think. However, he is a player that will fight hard no matter the odds. So we'll be back in just a bit of a break as Creator obviously played a very long game in a long series. So we're going to take maybe a few minute break, however long he needs, really, maybe 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And then get into another awesome series, a best of 7. Stay tuned.
We'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finals time. So we are going to load on into our first match. It's going to be post-youth in this TVP Best of 7 series.
Very weird map. As is more normal for this map pool than others, that's for sure. You want a gold base inside your main base? We'll give you half a gold base. How about that? Yeah, I'm still a little bit reeling from how good Cure looked there.
Oh,
against
yeah.
Stats.
Yeah, particularly seeing it was a Protoss he was up against, and now it's another Protoss, so... In the bottom left, it's Creator.
And in the top right, it's Cure. I mean, GSL champ, but it's tough when somebody wins a GSL and then doesn't really perform well in any Premier tournaments after that. It's like, look, we don't need you to win like 2 more GSLs, but like maybe make it to the semifinals a couple times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're talking about Creator, right?
Cure.
Cure. Well,
Yeah.
I think he's had some decent results lately, since he won the GSL anyway. Maybe a top 4? But anyway.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to do that.
I think that applies to Creator too, because Creator won a GSL, didn't he? Or he at least won one big early tournament. This was like 12 years ago at this point.
So,
it might have been a GSL or a
Wikipedia.
WCS. And then he kind of fell off, so that's why I thought you were talking about Creator too.
Yeah, he won a GSL, WCS rather. No, in 2012. So yeah, that's super early. I think that's it right there. As far as his premier, he's got some team league finishes, but that doesn't really count. Wait. Nope, that's a team league too. So yeah, it's whatever this is. 2012 Starcraft 2 World Championship Series South Korea Nationals. So I guess that's like a super early version of GSL?
Yeah, that might have actually been the GSL for that year. Or the
Yeah.
SSL or something.
So let's see. He defeated Dongregu, Hero, Puzzle, Rain, Roro, I don't know who that is, and Parting, and then Squirtle to win it. So I'd say that counts as a GSL win. Again, 22 years ago. 12 years ago.
Just wait, you blink, it's gonna be 22 years ago.
I know. It really will. Phoenix offering his traditional $10 for a nuke.
Well, we did actually have a nuke in one of our previous games.
We did, and he was extremely happy.
Okay. Twilight Council for creator. This was Kier's map pick, so he's comfortable playing with this in-game, in-house base. And what looks to be a Widowmine drop from Kier.
Sure. Normal stuff. Who did I see the other day? It's like a Zerg that was just like, I don't want that gold inside my main. It's cool. Just like didn't take it to like his 5th base. It was weird. But both these players are like, we'll take it. Gold is nice.
I'm just thinking about how I don't get enough time or make enough time to ladder as I should. So then when I do get to play some games, I load into one of these weird maps and I'm like, oh man, what do I do with this?
Seriously. You're just completely out of your element.
Phoenix sees the Widowmine drop. Six mines for Kier, gonna be waddling 2 into the base. And dropping the other 4, which is funnily enough that there's 6 Widowmines, but Creator only has 4 units to deal with that. Outer Pylon for Vision. I actually really like that by Creator. That's pretty neat. There's the drop going down. The 4 Widowmines are burrowing. They do hit one of the stalkers. Another one's gonna go off, kill off a probe.
3 probes and a stalker. Fine, I guess. Could be better. Yeah, man. Squirtle. Huh, John Solo?
Oh my gosh, is Kier gonna go for another drop? I'm not sure if that Medivac got spotted. And there is 3 stalkers here. He's gonna have to be real careful with this one.
That is a... Yeah, well, I mean, 16 HP on anything is going to be very dicey.
He's going for it, though. There's 1 mine unburrowing.
Okay.
Second one does not even get to unburrow.
No. But 2 probes died to that one. So, I mean... Alright, man. Marines, Marauder, Stim, Combat, Shield, Tanks, all sorts of great stuff. 1 Immortal being produced from Creator. Double Raven's kind of fun. A little anti-armor missile. Maybe some auto turret harass. Colossus getting fired up here from Creator. Yeah, the magical number is 3. And yeah, I mean, the good news here for Creator on this map is that it's not as easily harassable as a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did a great job shutting down that harassment for the most part. Like, he did lose an observer, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure if that was the Widowmine splash or what.
Wait, what about Flash?
The Widowmine splash that may have killed the observer.
Possible. Always possible. Yeah, so this is, I mean, already looks like it's going to be longer than every one of the games between Stats and Cure at this rate.
For real.
Unless there's just some, like, massive pull the boys push here, which I'm not counting out, honestly.
I mean, he is moving out with Interference Matrix Ravens and 3 tanks, so
Yeah.
he's going for it.
Not pulling the boys, though. Very okay with continuing to mine during this attack, which, you know, Terran things. Aha, free pylon is free. But now, all of China knows you're here. Alright, 2 Colossus, not a third one.
Okay.
Siege tank says, get off my back. Okay, tank's covering this landing zone, possibly. Gonna unload some stuff on the high ground here. Tank's gonna cover it. Hallucinated Archons in the front.
Yeah, that is cool. Interference Matrix hit one of the Colossus, the second one. So there's not a lot of damage from Creator with those disabled. Marauders coming in from behind as well are going to force them away, and Cure holds on to this position.
Yep, and then he immediately unloads on the high ground again, providing vision for the tanks to take down a pylon. That's always a nice win. Shield battery overcharge on the pylon. An interesting use of shield battery overcharge, but it knows it's going to die, so it might as well pop it. 3 Colossus on the high ground is going to be really hard for Marauders to hold, so they're going to try to get what damage they can. Probes are getting sniped here due Creator. This is not going particularly well for him. I mean, it's not a crazy overextension here from Cure. It's not overextension at all. He's just trying to get what damage he can. Continuing to rally stuff across the map here. It's 67 to 42 army supply in favor of Cure. The Ravens probably have enough energy for another interference matrix on some of these Colossus.
Yeah, and I think Cure figures the same as he disables that. He's now kiting the Zealots with his +1 attack. Pulls back into those siege tanks as well. Creator pulls the trigger to try and shut this down, but to no success.
So, never mind. An 8-minute game is about right for Cure today.
He just eats Protoss.
Man, he is... I mean, look, not that Protoss have been beating Terran a whole lot recently over the last couple of years. It's been tough for him. But Cure looks especially good. John Solo says, you know it's a well-made game when we still have a series this good after all this time. True fact, man. Starcraft 1 and Starcraft 2 still giving us incredible games.
Yeah.
1 decade and more than 1 decade after release.
It's just good game design, yeah. The fact that, like, it hasn't devolved just all into, like, mass turtling or mass cheese every game or something.
Like, whoever makes the most of this 1 unit wins. Although I guess ZDZ is kind of that way in Brood War, but everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, there has been times in which that's been the case, but fortunately not too often. Not too much anymore.
Yeah. And what's interesting is Brood War hasn't had a balance patch since 2001. And so the way they've balanced the game is if they see things kind of getting out of hand, they'll balance it with map design. Basically, they're like, if PBT is looking really favored for Protoss, the next round of maps are going to make it easier for Terran. And then just kind of bounce it around that way. It's a really interesting way to balance a game.
All right, and here we go, loading into the next match. This is Creator's map pick, so it's going to be his opportunity to bring this game back.
All right, man. Site Delta, driving the car for the map pool. Most normal map in the pool. So yeah, no official 3 racks from Cure yet. I wonder if it's still in his back pocket today.
It very well could be. And in the bottom right, it's Envy's Creator.
And in the top left, it is Cure. And yeah, John Solo, I've actually cast a 3v3 in the StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2 mod. Posted it on the Brood War channel and on the StarCraft 2 channel last week on Thursday. A lot of fun. Really, really fun to see StarCraft 2 units battling against Brood War units and vice versa. So hats off to that mod creator. He did a really good job with it.
Ooh. Just a standard opening for Cure. Same for Creator.
Okay, so nothing crazy happened. Obviously, no proxies. No proxies today, honestly. But no Reaper here either. This is a lot of what like Maru and Beyond do. Matchup is just be like, meh. Marine. The scouting's overrated. And yes, Kier had to build it off center, but it's not a big deal. Karen's nice that way. Blocking construction for hatch is much, much worse.
I guess we got our 3 racks. Kier busting out his bread and butter. A map like Site Delta is a map that you can definitely go for one of those timing pushes on.
Look at that SCV spazzing out up there. Ah, he was for a second. Okay, Oracle getting fired up inside the Stargate. Revelation really good in this matchup, obviously. A little bit of harassment can be possible, but...
Oh.
No one Adept got in. What the heck? Might have wished it hadn't gotten in, because it's going to die, but 2 SCVs down is not bad.
Yeah, Kier doesn't micro to save that, save one of those SCVs. And
Yeah,
that's
could
actually
have.
a really big scout.
Yeah, absolutely. Stim Combat Shield getting fired up here. Still making some SCVs. I mean, Oracle gonna get a scout pretty easily here as well. Marines parking themselves in the mineral line, so if an Oracle shows up, it's gonna have a hard time burning down those SCVs without getting shot right in the face. So SCV building supply depot goes down, and immediately Marines chase the Oracle away. Oracle comes swinging in. Once again, gets a nice scout off, sees what's going on in here. Factory gets tossed down. Engineering bay on the way. Combat shield finishing. Stim finishing.
Creator almost just flaunting this Oracle in the face of Kier.
Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have any turrets. You don't have the range needed to really keep me away. And a turret gets fired up. Colossus, or rather Robo, on the way, which point basically I think means Colossus.
Yeah, this is an important adjustment by Creator. Had he not scouted that out or wasn't on the ball, he might have gone for a faster third base. Instead, he's investing in all this tech, the Forge, the Robo.
Yep. Oracle's trying to burn down a factory, which seems like a big ask, but it's sort of working. Guys? I'm just going to let this happen? Yeah, Kier's like, it's fine. We're moving across the map.
Okay, here comes 4 Marines. Men
But
with gun.
it's not enough Marines. Unless the energy's gone, in which case it's fine. All right. Kier busting up that front, trying
oh my gosh,
anyway.
That is a lot of Marines he has to try and go up that ramp. He sees there's no third.
He's like, I was scouted. I mean, he knew he was scouted.
And then Kier's just like, oh, you don't have a third? I'll take one. Thanks. By the way, I have a starport almost done, and so I'll have medivacs to start dropping you in a minute.
Yep, don't worry about it. Not going to overcommit here. It's going to, force you to delay your third base. It's coming in now that Creator is amply prepared for 3 racks shenanigans. Really nicely done. Okay, tank production going to get fired up here now that we've tech labbed a factory. Double medevac production is happening here too. Third base coming up here down the left side, and Phoenix is being added into the mix here. Yeah, so we're moving into, again, what could be a later game, or Cure could just move across the map and get a lot of stuff done and win. Kind of like what happened the last game here. Ooh, free Marines are free. Free SCV, not free. Ah, got the Revelation down, but died for it. That's brutal. Extended Thermal Lance coming in here. Doesn't seem to be being chrono boosted, but that's okay. It should finish up in time anyway. And yeah, it's the drops you promised. Look at these Phoenix, though. Unload. Hurry. Save the medevac. Not enough to save the medevac. Like 4 Marines died there. Phoenix.
There's the vengeance.
Yeah. Getting rid of the Extended Thermal Lance would have been a good target there. I love the one Colossus that shows up to deal with all these guys.
The Marines are like, run!
No, they're like split up.
Oh my!
And will take the Colossus down. That was rad. That was a beautiful concave
yeah,
split.
that was ridiculous how quick Kier split those Marines up.
It was. It looked like an AI.
It did, actually.
You would know. Going for another drop into the main here, while most of Creator's army seems to be out here defending the base. Dude, canceling that Extended Thermal Lance in the next 3 seconds would be huge, but he's not going to get it. Instead, he just goes for the guaranteed damage, goes for the probes, forces a big old recall, Immortals and stuff.
Gosh.
And then Kira marching into the third base. Hey, did you all leave your position at the third base? Great, he says. And all of these probes evac, and now you don't have a recall available, so we're going to depower your shield battery, go after the Nexus. It's going to die pretty quickly. Shield battery going to die here too.
And the tanks come in as well.
Alright, slow lots are going to try to deal with this. One Colossus, maybe a lift on a tank. There we go. Lifting on one of the tanks going to help here. Slow Zealots are still tanky. Even if they don't have the speed upgrade, it is going to be a... I don't know if this is going to be a hold, actually.
It's a hold, but at what cost?
Yeah, 17 probes go down. The Phoenix really worth their weight in gold here. Hey, lifting those tanks, they would have been
Charge
big
just
problems.
Finished. Ouch. Oh, he's got the prism powering the battery.
That was cool.
He could have juiced up that Nexus, but oh well. Okay, Creator is saying I took way too much damage with that, so I need to kill this nerd as he warps in Zealots. He's got a Colossus being chrono boosted out on his side of the map, however, he may just have to try and make do with his single Colossus for now. Phoenix lifting up the tanks. I'm not sure if he's got what it takes to break this Terran location. The turret shooting the Colossus means it dies extra quick, and that is going to be an unsuccessful counter.
Oh my gosh. 10-minute game. Kira's just like, this matchup doesn't have to go long. We can end these things in 8 to 10 minutes. It'll be fine.
He's just so darn good.
Losing a Colossus to a missile turret always strikes me as a little bit meh.
Yeah, that's when you know your attack is desperate.
Yeah.
When you're like, darn that missile turret, if only it wasn't there.
Oh. So yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. I mean, this Cure is looking like a monster today in his TVPs.
He is looking so darn good.
Now I'm so curious about how his TVZ looks.
I know, I was just thinking that. I'm like, if only we had gotten to see him play Solar. Not that this is over yet.
No, but he's not playing Solar is the thing we're missing out on.
Creator's actually in the replay still.
He's analyzing what he did wrong.
Which is good, sometimes taking a second.
Oceanborn. Where we are headed. All right. As we said, Oceanborn here. Curious. Yes, very curious about how he would do against Solar today, but maybe next to Afreeca World. We'll see. Bottom right of Oceanborn. It's a best of 7, so he's not dead, but it is Creator.
And in the top left, it's Liquid Cure.
Who's been practicing, it would seem.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I'm curious. What's his Aligulac say? I'm gonna look this up. How's he doing on this matchup? Aligulac is not connecting. Great.
Aligulac is so slow.
Sometimes it does that on my desktop, and then my phone is fine. I don't understand
Huh.
what the difference is.
Maybe
Let's
it's a
give it try
weird
here on my phone.
routing thing or something. Who knows?
Yeah, it comes right up on my phone. That's weird. All right, so Cure is currently 9th in the overall Aligulac rankings. His best matchup is definitely versus Protoss at 65%. Can we shrink that down a bit? I don't know. Aligulac, let me look at the last, like, year of his PBTs and see how he's doing. I mean, he did 2-0 Classic just about a week ago on recent results. I don't know what it means, but on this page it says that his rating versus Protoss under performance it says plus infinity. So I don't know. I guess he's doing pretty well. I can't figure it out on mobile. It's too small. Anyway, it's really good. Good job, Cure.
Yeah. I am wondering if we're going to see him bust out that Reaper Hellion pressure he did against Creator.
Yeah, it seemed kind of specific to that map, though.
Or against Stats, pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on Dynasty. All right. Reaper's out and about.
Does run into that Adept. Can he kill it before it shades? The answer is no, so now he's got to backtrack to deal with that.
Oh, and it's a delay on his command center, too. That totally sucks. But the Adept's going to die.
Saves the SCV.
Yeah, save the SCV, delay on the command center, but Adept died. That seems fair. It seems like a trade you can live with.
Yeah, I'd take that as the Terran, and we see Creator. He is scared, investing in a battery in his main and his natural. He's like, no, I will not lose probes to Reapers. As he loses a probe to a Reaper.
This juking, man.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, this is not how this is supposed to work. Okay, like, the Reaper's dying. That's how this is supposed to work. No, he made it out. Sure, why not?
And there's a random Widow Mine hanging out at the front to catch something of Creators, and is he going to get something? Okay, he does see it. Sacrificial probe.
How do you... He must have seen the shadow, because the line didn't come out.
He's a pro gamer.
He is a pro gamer. He's catching the little depression in the ground. That's a Widow Mine, they say. Okay, gonna try to swing on in here, but Stalker is ready for you. Oh, yeah, Marine actually buys some time for the Widowmine. Oh, the unburrow and reburrow shenanigans. Nope, it's not gonna pay off. Yeah, I should have taken the 1 probe, but gambled and lost. Raven on the way again. We'll see if Interference Matrix ends up getting researched here. And what's crazy is that used to be a default spell. They moved it to getting researched in hopes that it would kind of help Protoss out, and then I'm not sure that it did.
Yeah, I mean, like... I guess it helped out probably, like, a marginal amount.
Yeah, for sure, but, I mean, just not enough? I guess? Templar Archives coming in. We might see some Storm out of that. Storm, not super popular in PvT, but we have seen it. We've seen it used to good effect, too. Nightmare actually used it extensively to take down Beyond in GSL
I did
just
watch
this last
that.
week.
That was great.
Amazing game from
Nightmare's
him.
PvT is his best matchup by a mile.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better with it, too, over the last year or so. And yeah, he's really, really killing it. And it's PvT, again, a matchup that Terran's doing really well at, so even more impressive. And it is going to be Storm.
Single Marine being a pain.
Yeah. Creator warping in that third base. No real sign of a third base here from Cure. He might be going for Stim Combat Shield +1 timing attack, which, man, if you have a third base, that's tough. Yeah, Storm's going to finish. So, I mean, that's going to be really, really nice here. See, dude, 1 Marine and a Hellion. Just putting absolute fear. And then they all die.
That got rightfully shut down.
Yes. Should not have been around at all, honestly.
Okay, we are seeing Creator safely probe up. He does have that Psy Storm. He's got a lot of Zealots. Is he going for the throat? Was he watching GSL? I was like, hey, let's kill some Terrans with some Storm, and that's exactly what he's going for. Quick reaction by Cure, evacuating back to his main base, pulling the trigger on the drop towards the main to try and get some counter damage done. He's going to be frantically trying to hold on while this is going on. He's got SCVs pre-pulled on this bunker, and there's no further Storm, but the SCVs are late on the repair.
They
so
get there, and it does go down.
Oh my gosh.
Storm on the SCVs, too. Tanks on the high ground, getting some damage done here, dropping the Archon on the high ground, and blinking Stalkers up top. This looks like it's broken. What's Cure doing on the other side of the map? I don't know, but the main base is an absolute grave here from Creator, but he's still got the second and the third base to fall back to. Zealots are just going to town.
It's gonna be close whether Cure can clean this up, but I think he's gonna be able to. There's only a handful of Protoss units left. And the Terran
he's got Defender's advantage. He's continuing to produce stuff here. The natural base, auto turret helping take down that Immortal. Probes coming into fight. Stim Combat Shield Marines with auto turret support. No, definitely not. But Creator still exists over here on Cure's side of the map. Is it enough? However, it's 16-3 workers. That third base of Creator is putting in a lot of work. He's going to try to repower. Trying to repower that main. No. Says Cure, absolutely not. Third base gonna die. They say never base race a Terran. We might be in a situation.
Oh, there's the recall. I think it's a bit late though, since that battery already got targeted down. Here's the engagement. That's also gonna allow Cure to resume production back at home. So I think he's got this.
Dude, it's 2 and 6 workers on either side of the map right now. But guess who has mules?
Yeah, that's the problem. And there's still the Medivac to drop around for Cure. Creator. He's
Yeah.
getting on top of that.
Raven?
Yeah.
Very carelessly loses the Raven there for nothing.
Repowers the Robo. Like, where
Chrono
is this
boosting
game
out some
gonna
probes.
stabilize from here?
Sure looks... Dude, Cure's not making more workers? I guess he's just muling, but it's 12 to 2 workers right now. This goes on much longer.
Yeah, if it does, he's gonna be in trouble. And here's the drop with some of the bio, however.
Man.
Archons
Again,
are scary.
They are a lot of HP, bonus versus biological, which Marines and Marauders are. They don't have great range, but if you're in a little tiny spot like that. So if we look at the income tab, it's favoring Creator right now, but it's pretty much even with these mules. But mules time out, right? So once the mules wear off, the income is just hugely favoring Creator right now. It's 19 to 6 workers. Still a 2 basing Terran versus a 3 basing Protoss, which is, again, a fairly even situation as well.
Yeah. Okay, Widowmine drop gonna be attempted. Any delay on the mining time at this point in the game is huge. And so he's gonna go for that now. There's the mine burrowing. Does he unburrow? Yes, he does. Unburrow, reburrow. Unburrow, reburrow. Kill the stalker?
Oh, look at him save it.
Yeah, that
clutch.
is slick. We see Creator looking for blood as he's going for an attack. There is 2 Widow Mines burrowed, however. Defender's advantage is no joke. Immortals do pop off one of the Marauders for starters. There's the Widow Mines. One gets a connection. I'm not sure there's enough for the Terran to hold on. The few SCVs he's rebuilt are being pulled, which is not a good thing. If he can dispatch this army, though, there's the potential for a counterattack. He picks off one of the Archons. The Immortals are next.
Oh!
GG.
He just lost everything he had. His Immortals died so fast to those Marauders. The Archons died too. He had nothing left for army.
Oh, man. Yeah, if Creator had stayed back, maybe he could have played that out. But, oh, that's such a tough situation to make that call, and it looked okay, but then with the SCV pull, like, it was just too much.
That's brutal, man. I mean, that turned into a base race that got aborted and then kind of stabilized and then ended like 60 seconds later. Tough. Man, Cure. Marauder, good unit. I mean, they don't do bonus damage versus Archons, but Archon range is just so tough. Those SCPs buffered so much better than I thought they would.
Yeah. Yeah, like, it looked like it was looking scary, and then all of a sudden it's SCVs to the rescue.
Yeah, I thought they would just melt, but nope, everything was cool.
Yeah, I think the only thing in that situation Creator could have done better would have been use the Prism to bait out the mines.
That would have been nice. Because, yeah, the mines did get some pretty solid hits on the Zealots, after all.
Yeah, and the Immortals, too. Like, they took out a lot of the HP on those, so...
Definitely.
Alright. Now is time for the beginning of the reverse sweep.
Yep. We had one of those in the finals before?
I think we must have had one. A couple.
Done this a lot.
Yeah, we've done 114 of these. So I think there's definitely been a couple. There's been a couple close ones. And Creator is a guy who just seems to take it game by game, so maybe, just maybe, he can do it. There he is.
In the top right, it's Cure. So this is the map that he did the Hellion Reaper harass on, and did very, very well with it. Let's see if Creator does want to take that gold and risk having the same thing happen to him. I mean, do you think he watched the previous series?
He might have. I don't know. Yeah, like, I do wonder if that's something Kier does every game on this map, or just once in a while, because you got to deal with the gold base every game on this map, pretty much. So double gas, no surprise.
Just watching that corner, I'm like, come on. Don't expand down there. Don't tempt Kieran to doing it.
I want to see him do it. I want to see how Creator handles it. Oh, Cybercore before Nexus, and he does.
He started a Reaper and then canceled it and threw down a reactor on that barracks. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder if he feels like he got scouted, and he's like, meh. If he sees a Reaper coming, it's not going to be as good, obviously.
Turning me into a monk for a second there. If the probe does its duty and dies.
Yeah, sees the Hellion, sees the Reaper count. We're reacting out more Reapers. But Creator's not doing the thing.
No, he's not. And Kira's gonna show up there and be like, "Oh man."
Wait, what? Protoss are supposed to be greedy.
And he's like, "Oh, fine." So Creator set up pretty well with a battery at his natural, and is there? Can Terran jump up the cliff? I don't think they can on this map, so he's very secure.
Yeah, it's a super tall cliff. Booster pack not quite that powerful. Yes, one of my Broodor
pardon
fans.
me, there is a spot on the low ground.
There we go. Yeah,
mistake.
not all the way up, but this works. Bam, Adept killed. Reapers on their way.
No.
Oh gosh, shield battery, save us. Probe down. Reapers cleared out. Hellions evacing, coming back in for more. They're hungry.
Here's like, I didn't kill enough workers. He hasn't GG'd yet. Put those Hellions in there.
Makes it out with one of them.
Nice.
One of them does get picked off.
I'd say that was a pretty reasonable defense.
Yeah, 36 to 29 workers at the end of it is pretty nice.
Now Creator's dealt with that baloney. He can throw up a Nexus at that much coveted gold base. Couple Stalkers are in position to deal with this Widowmine. Blink is 10 seconds away. Oh, no!
No!
Creator. Yeah, at least he gets the Medivac to
Yeah, revenge.
Still, though.
Still.
Observer. Rallied
Why
to its
Ravens
death.
are good.
Yeah. It's amazing the value of having a Raven that prevents Protoss just from seeing your entire base.
Yeah. Forever.
Templar Archives on the way. They did land some good storms in that previous game, regardless of the outcome. We're about a minute away from Kier having Stim Pack.
Yep, about a minute away from Protoss Pain. Yeah, man, that Stim Combat Shield +1 is just every game.
He canceled the Nexus. And he blinks in, he gets the Siege Tank.
Loses a Stalker in the process, feels good enough. 44 to 44 workers, not great for Creator, though. But continuing to go ahead and try to use some Blink Harass, do that auto turret, though. Dude, why are you bringing the probes back? Ugh. Siege Tank Marine waiting for you. Not many Marines. Okay.
Oh, there's all the Marines.
Never mind. Yeah, Blink is good. Blink is not that good. Yeah, man. Curator's doing okay. We're just all in 2-base Blink Stalkering here to try to.
Yeah, he even canceled Psystorm. He's like, I'm going to kill this Terran right now. Blinks on top of the tank, gets it, picks off the Medivac, and these Marines do not have Stim Pack yet.
It's very close. Next round, they will. The tank pops in. Stim is now done. Medivac pops out too to help. Creator continues to warp in Stalker's series, getting a third base behind it on the left side, so this isn't entirely all in.
The tank's on siege momentarily. That is a huge mistake by Kier. He needs to get that sieged up again. Creator is going for it now that it's vulnerable, and he trades out for about 2 Stalkers.
Yeah, that War Prism dying would be massive, but doing a pretty good job keeping it out of there. It helps that extra pickup range they gave War Prisms like 17 patches ago.
Yeah. That was okay for Creator, but Kier is still alive.
Yeah, I mean, he's still at 44 workers. He lost a couple tanks, not a huge deal. Creator does start Storm up again. There's no repair on this bunker? We're just gonna... Okay, cool. Bunker down. It's a win. I mean, you're not gonna push any further in there if you're Creator, but still.
Yeah, and now Creator just buying time. Getting up Psystorm after all. There's that Raven being a nuisance. Stalkers, I think, are in pursuit of it, though. Double turrets get dropped. They do not care about batteries.
No, their bursty damage is so bursty.
Okay. There's 2 High Templar in that prism. The main thing is going to be whether Creator sees this coming or not. And so far he hasn't. If this Terran army rolls up on his door and gets pre-split, he's going to be in a world of trouble. He's moving out with his Stalkers, but I think they're headed the wrong way. Okay, a probe sees this. There's the prism moving out. Where's the storm?
All right. There we go. Look at that split. Another pretty good split, man, but it is no splash damage here other than that storm, and now that it's gone, dude, Marines and Marauders are just tearing through everything. Seatank's getting 3 hits off.
Yeah, one of those Templar is moments away from having its own Psystorm.
That Warp Prism has been microed to within an inch of its life so far by Creator.
Yeah, oh man, look at the split from Kier.
He knows. Tank siege up in the front here. A little bit dangerous.
Yeah, he goes on in, eats 1 Psystorm. There's a big follow-up. Is there enough buffer for the Protoss? We see another battery doing more work as Zealots are warped on in, and they're closing the distance on this very red bio. Kier's kiting as well as he can, and Archon drops to its death. The bio's pushing forward. Creator types out. And Kier secures the 4-0 clean sweep of Afreeca World 114.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was 7 straight PVTs against Creator and against Stats, winning every single one.
Yeah. That was so well done by Kier. He's shown us how he is just the king of standard play for the most part as Terran. Like, when he's gonna push you, he's pretty sure it's gonna kill you, it seems.
Yeah, he's gonna show up with the upgrades that he wants, the unit composition that he wants, and it's just gonna go really poorly for you.
Yeah, that was so well done. And with that being done, that is Afreeca World 114. Ladies and gentlemen, check out that match, Reno, and use that claim code button on your way out. You can add 25 cents to the prize pool for free by doing that, and that money goes right to the players. And yeah, if you want to get informed about Afreeca World 115 upcoming, follow Falcon Paladin and I on YouTube, on Twitter.
Yeah, and follow us on Twitter, especially to know when the next Afreeca World is going to be. Usually it's every 2 weeks, sometimes it's not. So to keep up to date, follow us on Twitter, follow the Afreeca Twitter account as well, and you'll be up to date.
Yeah, big thanks to Afreeca for sponsoring these events as always, and thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.